We just had another earthquake like about 30 seconds ago. Just as I was about to go live, the whole house shook. So number 2, one at 10:23 this morning and one at 6 p.m. tonight. It was far less than it was this morning, but that was definitely, I'm assuming, I hope it's not a pre-shock. I hope it was an aftershock. But holy smokes, that was crazy. Wow. I was going to talk about a bunch of other stuff, and then just wow. Aftershock. Show enough says aftershock. Yeah. Andrew Welkovich. Andrew, Canadian $10. Now time for everyone's favorite show. Yay, the iBashers. Join Patreon. Hey, please become a bastard. Are you a bastard? I'm a bastard. You're a bastard. I'm a bastard. Wouldn't you like to be a bastard too? Upvote, share, subscribe for more Dirk, Andrew, Carolyn, and the whole gang. Show enough, he's here too. New York never gets them, and now 2 in one day. Did you feel it, Show enough? Did you feel it just now? I was just I'm growing that basil on the side of my desk, which it's outside right now because it was sunny for a little while. And I had to redo my lights to throw some UV light at it. And then I was fixing my lighting. I finally got it where it wasn't acting all cuckoo. And then I sat down, I was ready to hit live, and the whole place just started shaking again. Anyway, Andrew, I don't want to forget that you get bang a gong, get it on. Yeah, thank you, Andrew, for that. Who else was in the room and felt it? Tobster was here. I was a kid in Northridge. Quick. Oh, hey, did you live through the Northridge? Paul's grandmother lived in Northridge at that time. They got out and her whole building pancaked in 1994. That was wild. Days of aftershocks. Some were huge. Yeah, really scary. By the way, Toblerone, I know you're not a Patreon, but I feel like you are, because you gifted me this shit. I sent you out a CD this morning because, because you the man. Who else we got? Bob Sacamano. Hi, Dirk. Hope you're well. Hey, well, I'm fine. I've got a bottle of Pichon Longueville Comtesse de Lalande, but the little one. I didn't spend $350 on a bottle of wine. I got the Pichon Comtesse Reserve 2019 from my friends Marco and Docky over at Vernon Wines, because today Mr. Love's glasses get put to the test. Look at these beauties. And they're polished so finely that they're invisible in the beauty of the magical Wonder Woman green screen. If I turn them upside down, you can see them. Aren't these quite beautiful? So I'm breaking these out tonight. I guess when Oisin shows up, we'll do a little toast to earthquakes, etc., etc., etc. Pretend you're in Italy. Earthquakes, also known as Friday. Well, the region of Italy that we plan on moving to, kind of south of there, is a place called Amatrice. It's Amatrice, right? Amatrice? He's coughing. He has a cold. Sorry, what? The town where the big earthquake was, is that Amatrice? No, Amatrice. Pasta alla Triciana. Alla Triciana. They made a pasta after it because of the earthquake. Anyway, that's about an hour and a half south of where we're planning on going. And where we're going is not really the earthquake prone, but it's close. It's the center of Italy where all the faults are. Yeah. So Show Enough says just felt it. Hey, Claude talks. Yep, just felt it. Hey. Everybody's feeling it. JBB. A G-Shock is called for. And I have one courtesy of everybody. Melly C is here. Hey, good day, Dirk. Hope you're well. I'm wearing your watch today. Yes, I am. And I can bring it up real close now because my camera does all the fancy zoom-ins. Look at that. It looks like the model without the green crystal, but it does have a green crystal just because of my green screen. It can't see it. Please, can we talk about something other than Israel? Not on my channel, damn it. People in Cali feel this way, but 4.8 is really something. Listen, a lot of my bestest friends, my dearest Mimi Reichenbach, she lives in Southern California. She's been through a few quakes herself. She was one of the first people to text me this morning and ask me how that went. And I haven't spoken to Jimmy, who lives in LA as well. And of course, the O'Malleys, they live there too. Topes just says thanks. Hey, anything for you, pal. You know, I love you to death. Thank you so much. Selena, hey, baby. Hi, everyone. In California, we don't even get up unless it's over 5.0. Isn't that's crazy? I mean, this morning when I was doing envelopes, because I had to finish off the CDs, had to go Patreon CDs, had to go out today. And by the way, can I say that I know I've said bad things about the post office, but I had the loveliest girl today, and she was so patient with me and so nice. And, you know, I had to do international, and international takes a while. You have to fill out the customs forms, and there's all these other charges and junk and stuff. And I feel so bad when I'm making people work. I know it's her job, etc. She was so efficient and so kind and so nice. And it just made me want to hold every door open and say please and thank you to everybody because I was so grateful for it. What a lovely experience at the post office day, just saying. But when I was sitting here filling out the envelopes, first I noticed my computer monitor just started to shake. And, you know, I live with, you know, that crazy person that just taking over our world and constantly drilling and doing all kinds of illegal construction nonstop, no permits, nothing. She doesn't care, none of that stuff. So I thought it could be that until I realized that everything was moving, and then the up and down motion happened. That's what really gave me the freak out. It was all of a sudden, it wasn't just the rumble from a big truck going past. I live on a street that used to be so quiet, and now it's the main thoroughfare to get off the bridge to come to Long Island City. So now it's the free for all. But once I realized that it was the up and down, I was like, oh shit, this is an earthquake. Boom. I knew it was an earthquake within 10 seconds, within 5 seconds. Toussaint Lou, San Francisco earthquake, 88 during the World Series, right? Scared my wife and her family. I believe it. I mean, that was Candlestick Park. Everybody remembers it. Crazy. No, I know all about it. All about it. I'm a huge baseball fan. So, Al Benedetti, hope all's well in New York City. I have to catch this later tonight. Oh, boo. Have a good bash up vote and thanks, Dirk. Be well, everyone. Al, we love you, man. Hope to see you in the replay. Nathaniel Hannon, fault lines in the middle of Italy sounds an awful lot likely 49 BC. You history maniac. There is a fault line that goes under Long Island City. It starts up at Gracie Mansion. It goes under the East River. And since I am adjacent to the East River, it goes under Long Island City, about 7 or 8 blocks south of me, the actual fault line. Forget what it's called, but it goes to the Newtown Creek, and that's where the fault line stops. So we've experienced, this was number 4. I think the first time was in 94. Then I think there was one in 99. Then there was one in 2003-ish, 2002, 2003-ish. And this one. So it's been a while. It's been a while since I've had to deal with earthquakes. Very crazy. Vasilios P. Evening all to you, Vasilios. Al Benedetti with the super sticker. Oh, my night mode just went on. I just saw it got deeper and darker. I thought I turned that off. What do you get for that? You get the monks. But did you want the triangles? You probably wanted the triangles. Everybody wants the triangles. Scotty H, going to work. I'll watch around 3:30 a.m. your time while sipping a Barolo. I'll be having a Puyak tonight. I got 2 bottles of wine. I got this. I was kind of guilted into it because I was like, oh, because this one's way pricier than I was in the mood for. I was in the mood for paying. I was in the mood for the wine, but I was just like, oh, they have it priced a little bit higher, but I love these guys and they're sweetest. He pulled it aside, goes, oh, I've got a much older one because they had the 2020 or 2021. And he said, I have one 2019 left. And he gave me this look like I know I ordered this for you. So I was like, okay, I'll take that. And I'll take the Margot that I ordered as well. Ray says Rio had one 4.8 as well a couple hours. Oh, is that true? Rio de Janeiro had 4.8 as well. I would imagine, you know, you always equate earthquakes with places that have, you know, warmer temperatures. I don't know why that is, because there are earthquakes all over the world, but it always seems like when the big ones happen, they're always, you know, somewhere where it's really hot and steamy and horrible. But, you know, it was very kind of cool this morning. Gotta say. Scotty H, what did I give you? I'm going to give you Our first stop is in Bogota to check on Colombian fields. Andrew Olkowicz says, I wonder how a big earthquake would affect air pressure for an aircraft. That's an interesting question. I guess we'd need to talk to a seismologist, of which I know one. One of my old customers at his name is Duke, was a Rio customer for my whole tenure there, all 20 some odd years I was there. And whenever any of that stuff happens and whenever we had earthquakes, he would call me and we'd talk about it. I'm surprised I didn't get a text today because I love the guy. Nathaniel Hannon at 49 BC was Caesars crossing the Rubicon. Wow. OC and I are going to talk about Kiss on Sunday. How about that? OC, Kiss sold their catalog for $300 million. And all the rock people are like, those guys. And I'll tell you something right now. If I was 50 years into my career and I had just done my farewell concert, you bet I'd sell my catalog for $300 million. Then I was looking at the other ones. I thought Bowie sold his catalog for like $1 billion. It was only $250. And the biggest one so far, I believe, is Bob Dylan, followed very quickly by Bruce Springsteen. Well, I mean, 300 million is, and those were like in the 450 to 5 million, 100 million range, which is quite a lot of money, especially when you're an old person. When you're an old man at that point, it's like, Gene Simmons, you know what he's going to do with that money? Strippers and all that kind of stuff. Tobster McDonkie, everybody's favorite right-wing, far-right opinionist, propagandist, and pundit says, saw Dune 2 in 70mm IMAX today. Holy shit, it was awesome. Base was insane. Movie was an artistic masterpiece. You got to get back to the cinema. I know. I'm afraid, Tob. I'm just afraid of the bed bugs, man. It scares me. Find a theater in a clean, conservative area. Yeah, not in New York. I live in New York, so I'm going to have to go to Idaho or Oklahoma or somewhere where there's just nice plain folk and not like the scuzzy Skanktown beasts that roam this infested. If I showed you a picture yesterday. So yesterday I was cleaning my apartment. I smelled dead mouse and I knew it was happening. And you know how I feel. I'm not going to go into the whole thing I feel about the mice situation because of recent events. I pull out my refrigerator, 5 dead mice on a glue trap. 5. And I took a picture of it. 5. New York. Vasilios P. We had a 4.7 a month ago. Always scary. Wow. Where are you exactly? Send it to bashtardirk@gmail.com. bashtardirk@gmail.com. Sam Led Consulting has left us. He might be listening. Hi, how are you? He's not a Patreon anymore. I never see him on things anymore. And somebody said, I miss the jingle. I was like, I miss the jingle too. I miss the jingle. Listen, our differences are what make us better. So if you guys have differences with me, tell me. Well, this had nothing to do with me, of course. It was on the master channel, and that's okay. Listen, the way we can find the path to the solution is to discover what our differences of opinion is, and then find a common solution, a common goal, and it doesn't have to be everything you want or everything I want, but it could be something that we all want. That's the way I look at it. Very simple. Soft Toy Terror Corp. That is the greatest name for a band ever. Oh, sorry about Laverne Dirk. Belated message. Regards, Mark in the UK. Thank you so much. It'll be 3 weeks on Sunday. I still sleep. I have her in her urn, in her tin. She sleeps in my bed, and I miss her every single solitary. I have all her stuff. I can't let anything go. Well, I did have a big box full of dry food and stuff that I was going to give away. But you know why I can't give it away? Because some mouse busted into it because I'm living in hell. Well, thank you for that. And 10 pounds. Let's give you the... Thank you, Soft Toy. TerraCorp. It is the greatest name for a band I've ever heard in my life. Just posted on USGS M 4.0, 7 kilometers west of Gladstone, New Jersey. Oh, that's 4.0? Oh, the new one, the one just now. That was a 4.0 just now. Yeah. Okay, we had 4.8 or 4.9 this morning. I wonder how many strippers' kids went to good university because of the guys. Listen, when you're ugly and rich, you buy hookers and strippers. You know, let's face it. There's never been, no one's ever called anyone in Kiss handsome. They've never been able to make it on their own physical attributes. It's always been about the money. Show Enough says some women, babies, and Nazis can't handle disagreements. Right. I don't know. When I vehemently disagree with someone, and I'm up for the chat. I'm up for the chat, and I think that was attempted by the other party, and I'm not exactly sure what happened because I wasn't there. But listen, come to the table. That's the only thing you can do. Selena says, meteorologist said last time New York area had a quake this big was back in the 1700s. Is that true? Was this the biggest? I mean, it was literally a second before I hit live. So like you almost got to see all the fake guitars shake. But this morning, my Yamaha that I pulled off the wall yesterday to show everybody, my 1962 Yamaha classical guitar, I didn't put it back on its hook correctly, and it fell. It fell about 2 feet onto luckily a box that I have a bunch of, like a soft box. So it fell, and I saw it, and I caught it. But a guitar fell off the wall. It was that strong this morning. Really, really nuts. Nathaniel Hannon. I got to come up with a better one. Nathaniel Hannon. No, got to think of which one would be in the radio. It would be really great. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Dirk Kennedy, and you're watching iBashtard's Classic. Nathaniel Hannon. There you go. Nathaniel Hannon, 199. Could one call it the love urn? Yeah, maybe so. Yeah, but I don't have an actual urn for her right now. She's in the tin that they gave to me because a certain sweet someone said that they're working on something special for me. So I, out of gratitude and respect, I will wait. I will wait. I mean, her bag is full of kisses. That's all I can tell you. It's like tons and tons of kisses. So you're going to get everybody's favorite mini super chat for that $1.99. Are they having the giant Israel Palestine chat over there? I'm sure they are, because Matt's a very funny guy. I actually caught some of the show earlier and trying to remember the joke. He said, "Oh, somebody had posted." Robin Williams was on Johnny Carson at one time, and he was talking about a recent tour of Germany, and somebody came up to Robin Williams and said, I wonder why there's no famous German comedians. He goes, did you ever wonder why? It's because you guys killed all the funny people. But Andrew says, Nathaniel, that's a dad joke. There's lots of dad jokes. So who else has ever lived through an earthquake, and what kind of earthquake was it? I mean, I've only lived in, like the only places I've ever experienced an earthquake were here, when in the New York City area when I'm here. And it's just, it's like, it started out just like shaky. And then it did this. And that's when I knew trouble was afoot. It's like, what the hell is that? I don't know. Angelo Minichello, Canadian, $10. Speaking of audio stuff, I'm sending some Yamaha audio pics to you. Sorry, I had some Diet Coke, and it's like I didn't have any coffee. You don't want to be a deer and make me a Kimbo, would you? Paul got me. I'm an Nespresso person. Got me now that they don't have the patent, as you say in England, for the shape of the pods. Anybody can make them. So now all the great Italian companies, Ely, Lavazza, and my favorite is Kimbo, which is from Napoli. It's a Neapolitan. It's very strong, and it's super chocolatey and flavorful. And Paul brought me home some Kimbo, and it's so good. And it's just like mainline and cocaine. It's so good. Not that I would know what that feels like, but I would imagine. Angelo Minichello is going to send me. Okay, and do I have my mail up? I do. I don't have it yet. I've got all the very few pictures for tonight. But you know what happens on Friday when the big guy shows up? We get into other things. And last week he brought John along. And we had Michaela last week, the beautiful and talented Michaela de Chatillon. Everybody wrote and said how much they loved having her. What a treat. She is just the most darlingest, most. When do you ever see a combination of beauty, brains, guts, and you just never see that? It's so rare that somebody can have it all, and she has it all. She's astonishingly beautiful, astonishingly brilliant, and incredibly funny, deadpan, and her comedy is just off the charts. So, Angelo, for that $10, we're gonna give you super chat, super chat, soup, soup, super chat, soup, soup, super chat, soup, soup, super chat. Somebody take the third. Soup, soup, super chat, soup, soup, super chat, soup, soup, super chat, soup, soup, super chat, soup, soup, super chat. I don't do any drugs of any kind. You are. Oh, he's in the Ionian. He's in Ionia, Western Greece. Okay, that's where Vasilios is from. Thank you so much, Angelo Minikillo. Your CD's on the way. I hope you guys all like it. It was it's all over the place. It's rock, it's pop, it's prog, it's metal, it's vaudeville, orchestral at times. It was just all over the place. It was just a labor of love of songs I had written that would never make it on a Hitman record because, get it. No, we're not that heavy. I think Metallica is too heavy. That's how metal I am. That kind of stuff is, it's not my thing. I can appreciate a good riff, but I like singers. When people go, yeah, talk about it, yeah. Not my thing. Thank you. Oh, look at that. Courtesy of Paolo. Grazie mille. Oh man, that's good and hot. Kimbo. Hey, Kimbo people, I'll be your next spokesperson because nobody knows who you are in America, and I will make it so. I will make them all know about Kimbo. It's delicious. Chris on the Upper East Side thought it was a construction site near me. Glad it was only an earthquake. Well, now in New York, there's so many construction mishaps. Cranes falling on people. It's unbelievable. Toussaint Lou. We had one in Vegas in 2020. Made the scoreboard shake at the basketball game. I don't even know who you have now. Who do you have? You have the Raiders, right? You got the Raiders. Who's your basketball team? The Las Vegas. I don't know. Bob Sacramento, bad Dirk. I thought you were going off Diet Coke. No. During my grieving process, I fell off the wagon and I went super into the drug thing. Why did I take a sip off the Diet Coke out of the bottle? Did I do that? Oh, I might have. See, I just give myself away. I don't even know. Selena says, Loma Prieta quake was very scary. I bet it was. And we have Easy E. Cause I'm easy. I'm easy like a new ENT. I want to thank Easy E, not only for the $10, but because of that bullshit that I went through with the ENT and the audiologist. I got a wonderful message saying, here's my ENT, go to him. And I made an appointment and I'm going next week and they take my insurance and I'm good to go. Yo, AM here, crazy day of dealing. What it be like? Brother lived through mild earthquakes in Georgia and Oklahoma and now in New York City, apparently. Was there an aftershock today? Just at the top of the show at exactly 24 minutes ago at 6 p.m. a 4.0. I was just about to hit live and the whole place started to go. Yeah, it went crazy. It went crazy. Browse, give you a get a gun. Thank you, Easy E. $10. Thank you so much for that. CW Watch Enthusiast, here you are. Louise and I are enjoying watching you tonight. Thanks. With his Irish flag. Very interesting address, I must say. Good to see you here. €5. €5. Let's see. I have so many things to choose from now. Oh, I want to get a kazoo. I want to get a kazoo going. What else do we want to get? A flute. What was the one you guys wanted last week? I don't remember off the top of my head. Let's give you the a mini super chat. Mini super chat is like under $5, but I love that one. So let's give you a little bit of both. To give you the identifier for the actual chat that it is. And that's exactly what it is. Thank you so much. Well, I enjoy you having me here tonight. And the big guy will come over when they're done solving the problems of the Middle East, I'm sure. And then we'll open up this bottle of Pichon Longueville Comtesse de Lalande Reserve. Now, it says reserve, meaning it sounds like it would be better than that, but this is an $85 bottle of wine, and the Pichon is $350. So it's not. It's their second wine, but it is beautiful. It's a Pauillac, and Pichon Longueville Comtesse de Lalande, in case you guys didn't know, is my all-time favorite wine ever. And me and the girl, Dana O'Malley, we call her the lady. Well, Oisin does and Emmett does. We all call her the lady. Paul does. It's the lady. The lady we bring out for special things because she's a second growth Bordeaux. I think she's 10 times better than lots of first growth Bordeaux. I just love the style of the house. She's my kind of wine. They repackaged her to look more like the real Pichon. And I have to say, it looks a lot better than it did. I have to say. It does. But it looked a little bit better for the first like 2 years. And now they did this thing. This is kind of, I don't know, man, my fingers look so hairy. Wow, that's creepy. They did this kind of embossing on here, and I didn't like it before. It was gold, it was gilted. So the gilt was prettier than this kind of pillowy embossing. I don't really like it. I don't really like it. Andrew Wolkowicz, Andrew Wolkowicz, Andrew Wolkowicz, Andrew Wolkowicz. You probably have enough pet pictures for an entire show. Put them all on the green screen as a slideshow. I have to figure out how to do something like that. The thing we use StreamYard, and StreamYard doesn't have like, they should have a cool thing like hit picture, collage, and then some kind of AI shit. It'll happen soon enough, I'm sure. Easy, he says, no drugs, but you do super up cocoa caffeine goods. Oh, and espresso coffee, mo caffeine. Can you sleep like a baby? I have no problem sleeping. The problem is that I don't like going to sleep. When I go to sleep, I'm out. But I sleep like this. Or I did. I'm sleeping well now. Because when Laverne was around, she ate every 2 hours or so. So I slept with one eye open. She was usually here, and I knew. But now I'm just, and I think that depression has a lot to do with it. Like I'm sleeping 10 hours, and I have been sleeping 10 hours. And I think it's just that reality is, if I'm not doing the show or I'm not doing something that's keeping me busy, that's why I started recording music again. Hadn't sung in a really, really long, like singing on the show. That's just a little jokey thing, but like really singing, I'm not well rehearsed. My voice is not super fit, but it was really weird. Like I went and I picked a really hard song to start off with, which is Gethsemane from Jesus Christ Superstar. And like, it was really weird how like everything was there, and it was pretty easy, and I was having no problems. I'm just trying to find ways to keep myself busy, and to be lazy. Sleep is the thing that keeps me busiest. I'm sure it has something to do with depression. I'm sure it does. I've never, I went to a shrink once a million years ago, and that was over nothing. But anyway, Easy says James Hetfield. Yeah, I like James. Listen, this is that kind of music. Those guys, chicken about bit, chicken about bit, chicken about here, chicken about so. It's not my thing. I like, I like Steve Perry, and I like Lou Gramm. And I love Eric Carmen and a lot of other people, but I love the smooth, clean singers. I love them. Ray on a Sheen show earlier. I had a great time. Anytime I visited Israel, second time with an expensive, experienced lady of the night. A lady of the night, 18-year-old boy into a man. The good old days. Only 3 times ever. Okay, so wait a second. So you went there with a lady of the night and an 18-year-old boy man, and well, that sounds experimental. Good for you. There's a great Roger Waters song called Leaving Beirut. Everyone should listen to it. It's beautiful. Everything went dark, no electricity and no radio stations. But first song played once back up was I feel the earth move under my feet. I feel the sky tumbling down. Toussaint Lou, Las Vegas Aces. Oh boy. I guess they had to come up with something gambly like the Vegas baccarats or the roulettes. Hitash, hi all. Hey, I love Hitesh is here every show, and it's great to see you. Thank you so much. Easy. How come I never feel these things? I didn't feel this morning's also, yet my doorman did. Maybe you live in one of those high-tech buildings that's on shock absorbers, and he was on the ground floor, and that's why you didn't feel it. Yeah, cowbell. Thank you, Andrew. Andrew, find my earrings. Have you looked that scene up yet? I've been saying that to you since the show began. It's in Overboard when she's a witch and she lives on a boat and she tells Roddy McDowall when she sees him to find her earrings. I lost them somewhere between 58th Street and 72nd Street. Find them. LeBron James wants to have his own team in Las Vegas as the next NBA franchise. Here's my question about people like LeBron James or somebody who's just worth such mega amounts of dough. What's the motivation at that point when it's not money and your game is like, he's still a good player, right? I don't know anything about basketball, but like, I'm of the thinking that Mick Jagger, he should retire. The guys in Kiss have retired. I mean, what's the point of going back up there? You don't need money. That is for sure. There's no money you have plenty of money for you and your grandchildren and their grandchildren. It doesn't really matter. What is keeping him on stage? Because he loves to do it. Nobody loves to do anything that long, do they? Easy $5. Best wine store, selection wise and price wise for you in New York City. Mine is Mr. Right Wines. I don't know Mr. Right Wines. I will look it up. Manhattan tends to have pricey things, as you know. Listen, I'm a very loyal guy, and my local wine store is called Vernon Wines and Liquors. It's on Vernon Boulevard in Long Island City. My friend Paul Huston started it, but since he's had multiple sclerosis for the last decade, he got some partners, Marco and Daki, and they run the store, and they either get what I want or they turn me on to stuff that I've never had for the most part. But like when I'm looking for they don't carry the lady, I have to go elsewhere. I have to go to Manhattan for that. I'm very funny with my wines. I'm very French forward. I mean, it's mostly French. A little bit of, I love the Barolos and the Chiantis and I like all that stuff. I like all the high-end Italian wines. Amarone is a little too much for me, too high in the alcohol content. So I tend to stick in the Pauillac Pomerol world, and I kind of like the same things over and over again. During the pandemic, we drank tons and tons of Nebbiolo and Barolo. That was kind of the thing. And I love Masolino Barolo, the Setolunga. I love that. But thank you, Easy E, and you get a $5. Let's give you the triangle. Bobby Hatfield. I love Bobby Hatfield. He's great. Conair. James H. has a reputation of being a bit of a bell end. I don't know what that means, that expression. That's one of the Irish ones that escapes me. I've met James. I knew James in 1982. And he was fun and lovely then. Lars is kind of douchey, but that's just how it works. Easy. You're defo a bit depressed and allowed to be. It takes time. You'll be fine. Yeah, probably. I know that's because I don't generally sleep like that. I'm famous for not sleeping at all. To St. Louis says, our women's pro volleyball team is called the LV Thrill. Oh, okay. My old drummer from Hitman, Chuck Corey, lives in Las Vegas, and he is a very popular pyrotechnician there. That's what he does. Angelo, email hold on. Did you send me an email? Oh, you did. Oh, there it is. Okay, great. Yeah, what we'll do, once I'll read the chats. We'll do a couple pictures because we don't have that many. Because then the big guy will be here, but he's deep in solving the problems of the world. Easy. We're doing anything for solar eclipse Monday, 3:25 p.m. I was looking to buy some Mylar glasses today. Amazon delivery would have been next week. Oh, so you found them anyway. Okay. I'm probably just going to do the 2 boxes. Probably. Cool. I don't know. If there's no Watch Fashion Please. Watch Fashion Please is at 4, right? Oh, man, is that delicious. Kimbo. Call me. Call me Kimbo. Andrew says, maybe they love the energy of a live crowd. Yeah, listen. Yes. But I don't know. Do you love that? Do you want that forever? I mean, when you're well into your 80s, like McCartney, you know how much I love him. His voice is gone. He doesn't change the keys. I don't know. I mean, I just wonder, like, it's like it gets to the point where you get a little bit worried, that like maybe it's a good thing. Maybe I should shut up because look, who's the replacement band? Maroon 5. Oh, you asked me that already, Mr. Right Ones. Andrew says $2. We need cowbell. Also, subscribe and upvote and share. Share. Gypsies, tramps, and thieves. We hear from the people of the town. They all the night, all the men who come around and lay their money down. I love Cher. I think she's a great singer, great songs. Some of her 70s shit is amazing. Ray says, wow, Kirk did it. I know. I was just making fun, Ray. It just sounded like you decided to just try the whole smorgasbord at once. Older prostitutes and young, smooth, supple boys. Doesn't anybody hate the word supple as much as I do? Gross. Sorry, email resent a couple of rare amps in the music room showing the big Yami speakers. Yeah, nice. You know what I wish I had? I wish I had a pair of NS10Ms because that's what the best records were mixed on. All the best records ever made were mixed on Yamaha NS10Ms, and they're not great sounding speakers. They're just very basic. So if it sounds good on that, that's the philosophy. If it sounds great on those, it sounds great on anything. I use KRKs. That's what I have in my studio, and I love them. They sound great. They do. 1-inch punch. Ooh, seen Duran a few times in the last 2 years. Those lads still love being up there. Mick Hucknall still loves it too. Loads of old guys still love to do it. These guys are nowhere near as old as Mick Jagger, though. They're nowhere near it. These guys are 60. But Simon Le Bon and I love Duran. I'm a very, very big fan of Duran. I think they're brilliant, and I hope Andy is doing well. And I think I heard he was doing very well, and he should come back to the band for a little while. They should do one big tour with Andy, just in case, because it sucks when people have to replace members. Didn't I say were we going to talk about that yesterday? Replacement members. We didn't talk about it. I'm not a fan. I understand if you have to replace one or two people, but when you go to see Foreigner and there's no one in the band, it's a cover band. It's a tribute act. Chris on the Upper East Side. Easy got mine free from the New York Public Library. Listen, do I have my wallet here? I don't, but I have a New York City Public Library card. And I have this app on my phone called Libby. And that's where I get all my audiobooks. Unless it's something I want to own, then I'll get it from Apple. But it's great. Easy E says, oh, you have a 1964 Chateau Boyd Cantenac Grand Cru Classé Margaux, very old and will never open, was a present from French Club. Why will you never open that? Is it cellared and is it humid? Why will you never open it? It's made to be drunk, my friend. I'm going to get you drunk one night and make you open up that bottle. My friend had a 1966 Latour. And the guy that owned the store, the guy who has MS, before he got MS, he finally opened up that bottle when I was out of town. And he said it was beyond belief delicious. Melly C says, Bell and is British for he's a dick. Oh, all right. No, I don't know. Maybe since he's rich, a little Diet Coke break. Maybe. When I knew him very briefly. He was very, very nice. He was a very cool guy. The only guy in that band I liked. Andrew says, I had an ex try to turn me onto something I'd never tried before. I couldn't get past the Adam's apple, the chin hair, and the junk. You know why? Because it wasn't the right Adam's apple, the right chin hair, and the right junk. That's all I have to say. 4.8 is foreplay, not an earthquake. Oh no, it is when you're not used to them. It's not foreplay. It's the Big Bang, my friend. It was scary. Maybe if you live in Chile or something like that, and have to deal with that terrible wine. Upvote. Please watch Community for Dirk Klassiek. Dirk Klassiek. I see. Fee, fi, fo, fum. I see an Irishman.
I see an Irishman. How are you, man? I'm super late. I'm so sorry.
It's
I left you by yourself for 40 minutes.
Oh, is it 40? We're having him.
Can I ask you something right off the bat? Are you not eating food? You
I
get
am
skinnier and skinnier.
No, I'm eating. Maybe my metabolism is changing or something. I don't know.
You're getting that fucking Jesus Christ Superstar actors like profile down at the chin.
I wish.
You're getting the cheekbones are coming out.
Well, good. If I get anything out of any of this,
yeah,
you know, maybe I'll get. Maybe I'll get a role in a traveling show. My mind is clearer now.
The best first lines of anything ever written. My mind is clearer now is the first lyric. Oh my god!
Yeah, it's also the best song in the show.
Garden of Gethsemane. Garden of Gethsemane.
Oh, Gethsemane.
I only have to say,
if there is a way. Yeah, it's amazing. Amazing song. Amazing song.
Do the next line. Take this cup away.
Because this clips like crazy.
I've got no singing voice.
It clips.
You move away. Slide your chair back.
Take this cup away from me, for I don't want to taste its poison. Feel it burn me. I have changed. I'm not as sure as when we started.
That, my friend, is something you're already familiar with. That's a mic technique.
Oh, I know, but this is a different beast altogether. Because I'm so loud anyway as a singer.
Yes,
whenever you see me, my mic's always down here.
Yeah.
But this thing, because the way this is set for this show, it's just very, it's like sweaty balls. It's like the sweaty balls show.
Yeah, well,
the sweaty balls.
I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's so many. I'm telling you right now, I played a pilot stream, Emmett's pilot stream the other day, and everybody loved it. Nice. I played it when I had Jimmy on the show because said, "Hey, you got to hear Emmett play. He's got his J200. It's going to be amazing."
Yeah,
and it was fantastic. It's now I think my favorite version because of the way he cuts off all the sentences. It's really.
I'm gonna go find that right now. I'll play it again. It's only like a minute long. Right?
It's really good. Watch the way he truncates the sentences. It's really,
I'll go really find it.
It's good.
I think it's confirmed that there's a cap on the sending over of audience because man,
it's only 180 tonight. You had fucking 1,700 people in the room.
It's huge, and it was the same last week. It was huge, and only 200 came over. I think they cap it at 200.
I had 80 in the room.
Well, so then it's only. Oh my god, I don't know what's happening. It's weird.
Do you know what happened?
What?
Just as I hit live tonight.
Oh, you had more technical problems?
We had another earthquake.
Oh no, you had a tremor.
Yeah, no, it was 4.0 on the Richter scale.
Oh, that's the second one.
Yeah.
Is there a tsunami warning now? Is there a big wave heading towards Manhattan right now?
I hope it hits apartment 5.
It'll hit her and you'll be above going, fuck you. No, she's next door.
I'll have my my wetsuit on.
Yeah,
I'll have my Jules Verne on.
You get something to float on.
I had Paul make me a Kimbo, by the way. Dude, Kimbo is now my favorite Italian coffee.
Really?
Oh man, it's so good.
Oh,
it tastes like chocolate and heaven.
Keeping it on autoplay doesn't work for me, Oisin. I always get booted. Thank you for letting me know.
Bastard.
He's very handsome.
Jesus,
he's super handsome.
Christ, are you handsome?
he's got it all there.
Jesus Christ.
Now that's great feedback, man, because there's something going on. I feel like maybe the topic I was on tonight stopped a certain amount of people from coming over.
Were you guys talking about like anal?
So, usually I have, I don't know, even 600, 700, 800 people.
You had 1,700 people. I looked.
I know. I think it's the topic. I don't think they'll knock over as many. I think it reduces. I think there's something going on.
We're getting punished by.
Yeah.
Do you think that maybe YouTube is owned by the Zionist nation?
They hear political chat and they're like, let's not, let's cap that. It must be. Thank you, W for letting me know.
Yeah, and you're
Yeah.
right. Jesus.
You're exactly Dirk's type.
Almost.
It didn't work for Araya
Just be
either.
bolder.
Look at that. Listen, oh man, this is not cool. What on earth is going on? Oh, okay, fuck it. You know. Well, someone came over. Did anyone get knocked over? Can I ask the crowd? Anyone get automatically knocked over?
Daniel says there were 1,900 in the room.
At a certain point, yeah. Last week was 21, 22, nearly 2,200. Yeah, and they held on. Like tonight, we had a fairly hefty conversation. I gotta say, Matt was fucking brilliant. But you know,
John says because you had an anti-Semite on.
that's what it is, John.
Handsome Truro says, Dirk, where are you at in Jersey? I'm not in Jersey. I'm in Long Island City, New York. But man, it went kaboom here twice. My
Dirk is
fell off
married.
the
Leave
wall.
him alone. Dirk's married. He's like, where are you at? He's married. He's taken. Leave him alone.
Shut up. My Yamaha.
You shut up.
You shut up. My Yamaha fell off the wall this morning. I had to grab it because I put it back funny. Last night I showed, because we were talking about vintage guitars, and I had that 62 Yamaha Classical that was my brother's, and I put it back kind of wonky. And when the thing happened, it fell about 2 feet onto a box, and it was about to fall this way, and I grabbed it.
Yeah,
you know. So
Daniel, right? He has lost weight. I've been watching it happen.
I ate ravioli today. I went to Trader Joe's and I bought their fried ravioli, and I baked those, and I ate. It's not like I'm not eating. I made a garden burger last night. There hasn't been any form of late night sweets though at all. I just kind of want to go to bed. You know what it is? Ush, I was telling the gang, I'm probably just like depressed because I'm sleeping like 10 hours a night. I'm just sleeping a lot.
Hey, sleep is the elixir of life. Sleep is so important. Your body does so much.
Yeah.
So I've dated a lot of very skinny girls, tall, skinny girls, as you know. And one of them in particular would eat anything. Most of them would eat anything, whatever they wanted.
Mm-hmm.
One in particular, literally cake in the middle of the night in bed. Can you go and get me fucking red velvet cake at the fucking deli? I'm like, I never want to show any woman this because you're the skinniest bitch I've ever seen. You have an 8-pack and you're eating cake in the middle of the night. Life is very unfair. But I swear to God, middle of the night, she turned into a toaster. You could fry an egg on her 8-pack stomach.
Oh, shit.
Literally, her body just went into crazy, while she was sleeping, just into crazy, like, it was a furnace. And she'd wake up in the morning skinny as hell. It was just a weird thing. Sleep is such a big thing. You know, with me, if I don't get enough sleep, I'm all pudgy. Like, I have an extra chin and I'm pudgy, more pudgy around here. It takes me hours. When I did that photo shoot for Canali, we had to get up early in the morning and meet the not the photographer, that was my daughter, but the stylist who brought all the stuff. So we had to go out and meet her and so on. And I didn't have a whole lot of sleep. And some of those photos, I'm like extra fucking. And as the day progresses, it all drifts away. A lot happens while you're asleep, man.
Wow, that's why Paul had an 8-pack his whole life, because he sleeps like an animal. He could eat anything he wants, but he's got high cholesterol amongst other things. Andrew Wolkowicz, Canadian $20. He's been throwing money at us all night. Awkward conversations can become great friends. Agreed. Everyone join Patreon. Subscribe to iBashers for more Dirk and the other fella. Everyone's favorite scruffy Irish drunk.
Fella.
Who is also worth joining Patreon for. Upvote and share. And that's $20. Boom. Andrew Wolkowicz. Thank you. Andrew. Did you guys have Paul Thorpe on your show tonight?
No. Not having I spoke about him a little bit. At the very end, I just spoke about him, but Jesus, no, I don't want to hear that bollocks. Sorry.
I caught the show when somebody had in the chat, and I mentioned it to the crowd already. There was a funny thing, you guys were talking about stuff, and somebody mentioned that Robin Williams was on the Tonight Show. Did you see that comment?
No, I missed that one. Sorry.
It was like Robin Williams on the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson back in the day, the classic days. And let me get this off screen. And did you do? Were we doing it at the same time? Okay. we were stopping each other from doing it. And he was playing in Berlin, and they're like, "You're so funny. Unfortunately, we don't have any great comics like you because you killed them all.
You killed all the funny
you killed
people.
all the funny people." Yeah.
Yeah, because we were talking about comedians, in New York. I'll never forget going to see Ricky Gervais in Madison Square Garden, but the theater.
Say it the right way.
MSG.
No, MSG. No,
in the Garden.
No, Madison Square
Garden. So, yeah, I'll have a Glenmorangie on the rocks. Madison Square Garden. So we were in the theater next. It's not the main, whatever it's called.
You were the Felt Forum or the Paramount, or it's changed names 50 times. When I was a kid, it was a Felt Forum.
Okay, so we were in there. We were watching Ricky Gervais, and some other comedian came on to do an opener. So we did a half an hour to warm up the crowd. Typical stuff. So like a week later, I'm doing Eye Bashers, the original Eye Bashers from fucking 15 years ago. And myself and Kendra there, we were having a laugh about this great comedian, and I had Jeff Chrysler, the comedian, New York comedian, and he was there on the panel, and we were like, oh, there was this other great comedian. He was really funny. He opened up for Ricky, and he's like, who is he? Do you remember his name? We're like, oh fuck, we can't remember his name. Little Jewish guy. And he goes, well, that narrows it down. Because it's literally like the New York scene is full of little Jewish guys who are hilarious. Yeah. They monopolize that whole thing. It's amazing. The funniest people in the world. The Irish, the second. We hold second place.
I would agree. I think Irish humor is completely different, though, because it's usually based on some kind of seriously complex intellectual theorem. It's usually very, you almost have to go, oh, you have to do the math in your head, because Irish comedy is just, it's not as guttural.
Usually all based around family trauma, like the Jewish humor as well. It's all family trauma stuff. But anyway, it's fun.
What are you drinking?
A little whiskey. What are you drinking? Jesus Christ.
I am having a Pichon Reserve.
Oh, you what?
It's the Reserve, though. It's not the lady. It's the lady in waiting.
The lady in waiting.
Yeah. It's the $85. I went over to finish the post office today, and then went into the wine store, and he had a bunch of 2020s in there. He goes, oh, I have one 2019. You should have it. And I was like, what am I going to do? Not get it? Because I got the Brain Margaux. I got the mini Brain, the Brain Cantonac. I was just going to go for their second wine, but instead I got both because I said, first of all, I'm sick and tired of not having great wine in the house when I want it. So, yeah.
You need a knuckle on that. That's the worst opener I've ever seen.
Yeah, this is pretty crap.
Yeah,
I happened to grab throwing, but it's nice. Not the best.
Not the best.
It was on its side. But here is from Mr. Love, who gave me these glasses.
Oh, look at that.
These Riedels.
Oh, God, it's beautiful.
Isn't it beautiful?
Oh, my God. Gorgeous. Oof.
Ooh.
Is that that's everything you want in life right there.
Ooh. Hey, you want some of this?
He should have some. He'll love it.
I think he fell asleep.
Fell asleep already.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Well, she needs a little air. But wow.
She needs a second to put on her lipstick and get ready.
Well, she's young,
Yeah.
She's young.
5 years in the bottle.
Can you see that, though? You're not going to be able to see it on my glass, though. The legs on her.
Oh, his legs. I can see the legs.
Yeah, it's crazy. Look at
stuck to the glass, yeah.
Wow, look at that. The structure on this lady. She's just past puberty. And looking good. Looking, she's jailbait.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Mm.
Good.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you're loving that, right?
Wow. It almost has a certain kind of strange viscosity to it.
Toussaint Lou says, wish my wife would scream, you want some of this? Bada boom. Ooh la la. You want some of this? I just got out of the bath. You want some of this?
You want some of this? Oof. Wow. That's pretty great. Yeah,
Nice.
this is I should have used one of my great hotel ones. Though I will say though, the knife was great. The knife is great on this. I think that's why I grabbed this one, because I like this knife the best. Whereas my favorite wine opener that I have is from the it's a cross between the Grand Britannia from Athens and from the Principe de Savoy in Milan. That's a beautiful wine opener. I collect hotel wine openers. They're part of the price of the room, right?
Listen, in Ireland, a lot of people think when they get a nice glass of whiskey, an expensive glass of whiskey, something reserve or something, that they deserve the glass too. That they're leaving with the glass. They're like, you know what? I spent $25 on this glass of whiskey. I'm taking the glass. A lot of people in Ireland do that, believe it or not.
I mean, that's madness, is it not?
That's madness, but I like it. I'm all for it.
And is it in like Tipperary crystal or
it can happen in some places. Hey, I have a collection of fucking whiskey glasses here in the house I fucking stole, but it's usually because I get my last drink to walk home with. So in Venice, I'm like, give me one last whiskey, and then I pay my bill, and I stand outside with a smoke, and then I just wander off home with the glass. Maybe I'll take it back.
I mean, that can happen. I see that. That's natural, because you're just like, bye, everybody.
Usually, I've dropped $300 at the bar, so fuck you guys. Give me the glass, at least for a few weeks. I'll see you in a while. I'll bring it back.
Yeah.
Andrew
goes, don't bring us that old wine. Bring us the new wine.
The fresh wine.
We want fresh wine. I have to watch that movie at least once a year because it's like, I don't care about the money. I just care about the stuff. Was she adorable? Oh my God. Dean goes, £4.99. Wow, Dirk, they are nice wine glasses. Hope the wine is just as good. It is.
It is.
And for that, my dear friend, you get a
I like that one.
So do I, because it kind of gets into your brain.
So,
Steve Moreno. Hey, Steve Moreno. I'm late to the party. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you, and cheers.
Happy Friday. Cheers,
Thank
Steve
you.
Moreno.
$20
a nice Friday.
It gets you.
Steve.
Interrupted you. I apologize.
Steve, no, it's okay. Steve, what are you wearing? What are you drinking? Or are you drinking? Are you having a smoke, or are you just having a cup of tea? Depends where you are in the world. So people in California right now, they're like, oh, Jesus, too early.
Steve, what are you wearing?
What are you wearing, Steve? Tell me slowly.
Well, I'm wearing
Stanley Kubrick. Do it again, but slower.
No, don't stop.
That was, I think Harvey Keitel walked out. Harvey Keitel was originally to play a certain role in Kubrick's
He was
in Eyes Wide Shut.
Yes.
So who was the doctor again?
It was the incredible.
We love him.
I love him, and I think he's a super bang as well. Director, The Way We Were. Fuck. Names escape me. Sidney Pollack.
Sidney Pollack, bravo, mega Zionist, by the way.
Was he?
Oh yeah, and
I still would.
Yeah, he died actually a few years,
Yeah, he did.
5 or 6 years ago. Brilliant guy, though. I saw him near my house when I was living on 2nd and 49th. I went around to a deli next to the Trump Tower, and he was walking toward the Trump Tower. He passed me on the street. Anyway, what was I saying? I can't remember.
Sidney Pollack.
Yeah, Sidney Pollack. Oh, yes. So Harvey Keitel was supposed to be that role in Eyes Wide Shut.
Oh.
And he walked out because he did the first take walking into a room, and they were like, okay, cut. And Kubrick was like, do it again, do it again, do it again. And 60 times down the line, Keitel went, this is bullshit. And Sidney Pollack was hired for the role. And Sidney Pollack said that first scene where he meets him, the first scene they shot was after the famous party when he invites Tom Cruise, his character, over to the house, and they're around a pool table. And he was like, that was a great scotch. And he was like, I'll send you over a case. He's like, no, really, you know, that whole scene.
Yeah.
And he was like, I was there at the party. I saw everything. That whole scene was 112 takes.
Really?
Kubrick was just a maniac. And he's shooting on film. Think of all the film wasted.
Yeah. And I heard stories that he always wound up going with the first couple of takes anyway. Yeah.
Just a fucking maniac. Yeah.
How many takes did it take Sidney Pollack to get that scene down?
He probably did it in the first take, and he was like, fuck, it's Kubrick. I'm going down in history. I'm in a Kubrick movie. Just shut up and do it. This is what Kubrick does. Whereas Keitel was like, I'm out of here. Forget it. I'm not doing this bullshit.
Did I ever tell you my Lorraine Bracco story when she came into Rio and sat down at the end of the bar? You remember the little hook that by the window? She came in and she was talk just like Dr. Melfi, where everything's like that, really just like that. And she's like, well, I have a history of marrying assholes. First, I married that Jewish asshole, fucking Harvey Keitel. He couldn't keep his small dick in his pants. Then she goes, and Edward James Olmos. She goes, Battlestar Galactica is the best thing he ever fucked in his life. Oh my God. She was hilarious.
Oh my God, these are beautiful stories. You got to give me more details.
That was it. She came in with my friend Emily, who was a publicist.
James Olmos, by the way, was fucking amazing in Battlestar Galactica.
It's her ex-husband. She was
she didn't. Yeah.
You know,
it's funny when you're with a woman.
Yeah,
when you're with a woman, she loves you. You got the biggest dick in the world. When you break up, you got the smallest dick in the world.
Well, we've seen Harvey Keitel's dick, and it's not impressive in any way, shape, or form.
When did you see his dick?
The French lieutenant's woman, I think. It's in one of those.
The Bad Lieutenant?
The Bad Lieutenant, sorry.
No, you don't see his dick in that. There's a famous scene he starts jerking off, and the actress is in the car. There's a terrible scene where he makes girls do terrible things, and he jerks off. And apparently he was really jerking off. And they were like, oh my God, it's like method. Because he's from Stanislavski world. He's from the same Marlon Brando.
I don't care, but
yeah. You know,
Brando wouldn't have done that in front of you. He would have said, let's go do it in the back. And everyone would say yes, men, women, and everything.
Well, apparently Last Tango in Paris was mostly real.
I believe that. I definitely have seen, I'm going to Google this in a private chat to see. Harvey.
On the piano. The guys are saying you see talking the piano. There's Jared. It's in the room. My man's in the room.
We don't want to talk about that when your mother's in the room.
Yeah, my man can talk a little bit, literally anything.
Yeah. Okay. What was
Don't underestimate the Irish.
No, I know, but she's your mother.
Yeah.
Well, the piano. The nude scene was in the piano.
Armor.
He showed off his bits and pieces in the piano.
Yeah.
Hey, Jared.
You know what? One thing I liked about.
Oh, she knew it. Oh God, your mother was the one who knew.
That's what I was trying to say. My man knew it. My man is watching. She's like, "Oh, there's his dick."
Oh, it's
an Irish mother for you. She was worldly.
Phonetic duck, £9, $9.99. You lads are the dog's bollocks. Oh man, thank you so much for that. You get.
Are you getting fast now with all
I'm getting much faster.
Yeah, you're like
Jimmy Baki goes like this to me, goes, how do you do all that? Because he wants to start a channel. I was like, man, you got to get friends like Oisin and Carolyn and people like that to just push you off the cliff, because that's what they did with me. They just said, go. You know?
Yeah, but you have the skills now. You're pulling up all the clips and stuff like that.
Yeah.
One thing I liked about Harvey Keitel in that movie, he's always been a weightlifter. He's always had a built
he was in
body,
great shape, yeah.
But his stomach was always a little large.
Yeah.
I remember having conversations with Colin, the singer from the band, years ago, because Colin was always like a ripped, he was always about a flat stomach. And I was like, no, sometimes a guy's stomach, if it's pronounced, but he's also muscular, there's something cool, and he was like, no. I was like, no, look at Harvey Keitel. He's got, he's the big chest and the shoulders, but a bit of belly, not beer belly, but just like pronounced
it's
belly.
hard, but it's thick.
But it's thick and it's pronounced. I'm like, there's something kind of fucking cool about that, but whatever.
It's not cool in the gay world, though.
It was the gayest thing I've ever said.
Because it means usually that they're on protease inhibitors.
Oh, really?
And it's like the dead giveaway that somebody's HIV positive. Not that I'm shaming anybody, but I'm just saying.
I didn't know what I was walking into.
It's the way that, people who don't have HIV would know if somebody's hitting on you. They'd be all ripped up, but they'd have a very protruding, muscular, hard stomach. That's a side effect of the protease inhibitor drugs that do that.
Holy shit.
Just saying. No shame involved. Just saying.
Okay.
Because back in the day, it was like a matter of life or death. So you would run the other way.
Sure.
Geez, gay people check details.
They do.
The devil's in the details, my friend.
Look, the gays, women love a nice ripped body. They love a nice muscular man, but it's not a deal breaker. It's not such a huge deal for them. The gays love a nice, big, muscular man.
Because they compare it with their own, and it's a perfection. It's a body type you aspire to. I think like if you're going to be muscly, be like muscly, like John Cena. That's too much. That's way too much muscle. Mm-hmm. And then like Ryan Reynolds, he's too skinny and ripped. It's like you got to find something in between. Like Chris Maloney's like perfect. He's muscly, but he's got a little bit of like a dad bod. Like he's a Kurt Russell always had a great body, and it didn't look like
a dad bod. A lot of women like a dad bod.
Sure. I mean, within reason, if you're not having like side bags and all that shit.
Yeah.
If you're not sloppy and jiggly, if you used to have a great body and you've just aged, when you watch certain actors and it's remarkable how some of them age so badly. Like Eric Roberts, he had a great physique, fell apart. Gary Busey, what the hell happened to him? Is that drugs?
Jesus. That guy fell apart in every way. His head fell apart.
Nick Nolte too. What happened to him?
Nick Nolte and Gary Busey, both of them.
Yeah. James Woods has a genius IQ. Yeah, I heard he was you want to hear a funny story? Sorry, Jared, in advance for this, but this
he's also a lunatic. James Woods
a lunatic. Just going by. So there's a funny story about
I like it. I like him in Casino as Lester Diamond.
Oh,
he was in fucking Once Upon a Time in America.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Wow.
Oh my God.
I love Once Upon a Time in America.
Yeah.
Do you know that Once Upon a Time in America, where that scene where he takes her to dinner?
Yeah, it's in the hotel here in Excelsior
dining room.
Famous scene.
Yeah. And they go out to the beach.
James Woods has been great in so many movies. I loved him in Casino. I loved him as Lester Diamond. He was such a fucking Okay, so I used to do this thing because my ex used to like when I did on the phone, because we had a lot of her relationship was on the phone because I was over in New York and coming back and so on. So she always loved deep voices, right? My ex is my last serious ex is what I mean. I've had a lot of exes at this point, but she used to love when I do like Daniel Plainview, right? Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, I'm an oil man. And she'd love that, just listening to the deep voice. She wanted the guy with the deep voice, right? But then I would do lots of other voices and they'd freak her out. One of them was James Woods in that movie in Casino. When he's on the phone, he's like, "Can you feel me? Can you feel me in your heart? Can you feel me in your heart?" And he's on the phone. She's getting married, and she's in the hallway, like outside. Everyone's celebrating next to her in the auditorium or the big room or whatever, the big showroom, and she's in the hallway on the phone crying in her wedding dress. And he's like, "Can you feel me? Can you feel me in your heart? Can you feel me in your heart?" I used to do that. And she'd freak out. She's like, "Fuck, I'm hanging up right now." You're freaking me out. Because voices change everything, man.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, there's nothing worse than when you see somebody on TV, like you'll see a broadcaster or whomever, and all of a sudden they'll be like, "Today's weather, we've got 98 degrees."
That's why I don't understand. Like Ben Shapiro, the most obnoxious voice. I don't care what he's saying. He could give me the lottery numbers. I'm not listening.
I think he had a vagina installed.
Animal. And I hate to say it, like I kind of admire Joe Rogan, but man, that voice is a squeaky
He's got a
little
terrible voice.
animal.
Yeah. He does.
Like,
It's terrible.
And fucking Jordan Peterson.
Oh, his is the worst.
I'm like, dude, calm down, bring it down there, speak with authority.
He can't help it. He's just
have the if you look, guys, look at Martin Luther King. That's the greatest orator in history.
Sure.
Him and Christopher Hitchens, the two of them, they hold the number 1 and 2 for me. These are orators. When they speak, everyone shuts the fuck up because they have incredible voices. I know women who like Benedict Cumberbatch, not for
because of his voice.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Because he's not an attractive man in any way.
He's not a good-looking guy, but they don't care. They're like, I want that voice. They want to bring the voice to bed. It's weird.
I'm looking up. I'm trying to find that clip from a
Churchill was a great orator. He was easy. Churchill.
We'll find him on the hand. We'll find him on the Z.
Yeah, he was squeaky. He was squeaky. For a big man, he was squeaky. But he had a lot of great quotes and stuff like that. So yeah, James Earl Jones, one of the great voices. You are part of a rebel alliance and a traitor. Take her away. Sorry, that's all I remember. For and also what's the one about baseball in the fields?
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams.
James Earl Jones.
They will come. They will come.
James
they
Earl
will
Jones.
come.
I mean, he's Darth Vader.
Yeah, that's what I said. You're part of a rebel alliance.
Well, Pashar, 1999. Hello, gents. Hope you're doing well. Very well. Look at you, you handsome bastard. What are you wearing tonight? What are you drinking tonight? That's what I want to know. Let's give you the James Mason. Of course, James Mason talked like that, especially in the other Star is Born. Isn't that funny? Ben Shapiro is really nice in person. Really?
Yes, everyone says that.
Is that right?
Everyone
He's so filled with incomparable hatred, that guy. But the voice isn't an act. It's just how he talks. I know. It's probably
not
true.
An act. I never said that it was an act.
No, I wouldn't think so. It's
just his natural voice. If he had a choice, I would imagine he would lower his voice. But he's just squeakiness. I don't know. Everybody says he's actually quite nice.
He should work on that. Thank you, Nathaniel. Who's the other guy? The guy that somebody said I look like, the guy with the beard. He's a cunt. He's the one. What makes a woman? What is a woman? He's the other guy. He's the Christian Ben Shapiro. He's the
Matt something or other.
Yeah, that twat bag.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah. What makes?
He's got a horrible voice too. You know, like these guys should learn mic technique and say, I want your body.
They got to bring it down. They should be watching There Will Be Blood. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Walsh. Thank you.
Matt Walsh. He's a tool bag, that guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think if you tell me what a woman is, I will agree.
I will agree.
I do my own drilling. And the men who work for me. They are men that I know.
I do my own drilling.
There. Sorry.
Just say that.
I'm sorry. That's part of the script, but I guess it's part of the script. I stumbled across it.
Excuse me, ladies, but I do my own drilling.
And the men who work for me
So, in essence, you are my sex slave.
I sit back and watch the men that I know do the drilling.
I pay them so I can watch.
It's late. Sorry. Sorry, Ma.
Sorry, Jared. Ma. John, $4.99 said, can't confirm a good voice will get you laid. Congrats on 150,000. Did you hit 150,000?
I did.
Tonight? Oh, yesterday. Hey, I didn't realize. Cheers, man.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
I'm trying to get to 3,000 the slow way, but if you know I'm an oil man, and I'll always be an oil man. Look who's in the room. I didn't give you the thing. Hold on a second. Wait a second.
But John has a great voice.
Who?
John. You know,
an amazing voice.
Great voice. Yeah.
Incredible. Look who's in the room
Not
tonight.
pretending. That's his voice.
Hip
Ali.
Ali, AED 250. Thank you, buddy. The great duo always wondered why the movie trailer voice disappeared. In a world
In a
where he
world.
watches men
Yeah.
drilling for oil.
That guy's a famous guy. There's a whole documentary
His
about
name
that
was
guy's life. He made a lot of money.
Don de la Fontaine.
Really? That's his name?
That's his name. He's dead. He died a couple of years ago.
Ah.
In a world.
Yeah.
Where Daniel Plainview is God.
I guess those commercials just were too cheesy. Saying,
it was the era. It was era. In a world where money is king and sex is for the taking. Wall Street. They were all that.
Like 20 years ago, who used to say, "I can't wait for when you're sick again," because I was sick and she came over to see me, and I was like, she's like, "How you feeling?" I'm like, "Not too great. I'm just." And then after a couple of minutes of talking, she's like, "Oh my God, we need to get in bed right now because you're like this, and I'm not feeling too good."
So she just wants like a dehydrated caveman.
She wanted the caveman male thing. She didn't want any squeakiness. She wanted.
She's got issues.
I think in that moment she realized what she actually was after, and it was Oisin when he's feeling sick, and he's like, "Yeah, come on in. I'm just gonna sit here in the corner and be brooding."
Right. What would you rather hear? What would you rather hear?
Take off that dress. Take that dress off.
Or take off that dress. What do you want to hear?
Hey,
pretty much. That's what it is.
Take that dress off. Take it off. Take that dress off. I want to see that dress off.
Or I want to see that dress off.
Precisely. That's what it comes to.
The proof is in the proof. There's no pudding there.
Take that dress. Leave those stockings on. I like the stockings.
Be like, you pervert. Get out of here, you nasty thing.
Meanwhile, for women, I don't think it's ever affected me, a deep voice or a high voice.
Well, you don't have a high voice, so you've never had to think about it.
No, with women's high voices.
Oh, no. Oh, well, what about...
Or versus somewhat a bit, Laura Linney, there's a beautiful, deep, rich voice. I was talking with Matt earlier, Matt Lieb, and he had Abby Martin on his show. There's a big, wealthy American voice of a woman. To me, it's very sexy, but I don't mind a high-pitched voice either. It's like,
yeah, but what if they're like, "Oh my God, it was like," and we were there, Stephanie Amber Buffany, and they were like, "Sometimes Madison," and we're like, "Oh my God." So anyway, so we saw Daniel Plainview, right? And I was there, and he was talking so deep, I couldn't understand. He told me to take my dress off, and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna go like God." It's like, "Oh my God."
You would fucking be arrested for leaving her in 16 different bags on the side of the highway. Right? I mean, you would. Anyway, Ali Nazar, thank you for that. You get Leonard Bernstein. Speaking of great Jews.
Yeah.
The greatest.
That's $250. That's $100. About $100.
Feeling well tonight? I'm so happy for him. I got so many emails last night because he was on twice yesterday. He made his presence known, and everybody's like, "Oh God, everybody's worried about you," and wishing you the best of luck, man.
He's on the mend.
That's great.
And he was wearing his chronoscope, his Speedmaster chronoscope through the whole thing. So I was saying to him, like, that watch, every time you look at the watch now, that you're going to remember about pulling through that difficult moment. That watch helped you. And that's a great memory.
And it was undamaged?
No, I don't think it was in the crash. He was wearing it while he was going through all his problems in the hospital.
Oh, okay.
So it was there on his wrist the whole time. And I thought, that's a beautiful memory.
It's a beautiful memory.
For a watch, it's nice.
Dean with the $4.99 super sticker. Dean, the dancing machine. Sarah? You saw that article on the guy, I forget, it was one of the watchmakers, I forget if it was Naked Watch or Wristwatch Revival, the guy who was in the plane crash with the Milgauss and they rebuilt it for him.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
that was pretty amazing. By the way, Melly C, who won the black watch roll last week, she got it, and you know what she did? She sent me a picture of her watch, and you know what she had inside it?
Millie?
My exact Milgauss.
Oh wow.
No.
I said, I
It
didn't even know
continues
you
to be
had
a
a
very
Moog.
popular watch. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
There's a resurgence of that watch.
yeah, it's kind of, especially the black dial. People that goes there, it was all about Z blue, Z blue, Z blue, and the white one is, of course, it's everybody's white dial crazy right now. People just can't get enough white everything. And by the way, guys, I know we Friday night we talk about everything and anything, so fuck it. The swatch moon swatch mission to moon phase is coming out in black, and everybody's going to want that one. So the white one's probably going to be available, right? What do you think?
Yeah, it'll affect it. Yeah.
I think it's going to affect it in a big way.
Swatch black. Let me look for a photo.
Yeah, Easy E with $10 US. Congratulations to you, Ush. That's an achievement, all right. More to come. Yes.
What was that?
Achievement on your 150,000.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Dude, you're almost
It went by and
200,000.
I didn't think about it. No, I'm not almost. That's another 50,000. That's a lot.
Yeah, but
the way I'm going, talking about fucking Palestine and Israel, forget it.
No,
I'll be back down to 100 in a couple of weeks.
When did you hit 100?
In Ireland. Remember in Galway?
Yeah, you were in Galway. Okay, so how many months ago was that? 5 months ago?
6 months ago.
Okay, so guess what? You know what? You'll probably be within the next 3-4 months. You'll probably hit 2K, 200K, probably.
Maybe.
Anyway,
unless something weird happens, like I have some crazy viral video, or I'm invited on some channel to talk about something on a bigger channel. Anomalies can happen. So
I have a great idea. I know how to make it happen.
Okay.
You need to go to Israel.
Do a documentary from administrative detention, from inside detention,
from inside the prison.
Yeah,
from behind prison walls.
Hi guys, I'm here.
Right. Like here's the Zafir's family, right? Oh no, sorry, they're gone. Huge super chat for you, Easy. You kiddo. Don't want to leave you out, Lord. Everybody's like, where's my gong? Where's my gong? Or better yet, hey, where's my gong?
I feel bad now. Maybe I should have celebrated 150. I'll do it maybe during the week.
I remember when Brittany hit 100,000, she didn't even say anything until like 3 weeks later.
I know. Look at me start. That's weird. Super weird. Oh, whatever. I wish her the best. Yeah. Still a good channel. Still a great channel.
It is fun. She's not as funny as she used to be, but she's prettier than ever.
It's got to be in there, though.
Sure,
like the funny doesn't go away.
I don't know why she's not as. There's not as much comedy as there used to be. I don't know why that is, but I guess it's maybe she's just taking it super seriously. Who knows?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, she's like, oh, Jenny did this, so I better do this. She's following the Jenny doctrine. Fine.
Ray, two euros, 2 blowholes firing AC/DC Canyon Storm coming in. Earlier, Ray was telling about his deflowering when he went on a trip to Israel, and he went with an older prostitute and a young boy. And I was like, Ray, wow, that's your gay. You're not. He was saying that the way he worded it was funny, and it was like he was an 18-year-old boy and he met this older prostitute. And the way he worded it was like, you went with the prostitute and the 18-year-old boy? Fantastic. You knocked it all off in one fell swoop. You might as well cross them off the list. And it was like a beautiful, aged sex worker and a young, supple boy. It must have been wonderful for you. Jesus. Love you, Ray. For that, you get the triangle. And we have another one. I don't want to miss the super chat. Super chat. It is. Where am I? I am. Oh, I'm way down the wrong end of the spectrum. It is Hippie _PA $4.99. Cheers, guys. Having a Negroni while cooking pomodoro pasta and meatballs for the fam. Nice. Oisin, thanks for putting me into Hendrix. Game changer. Gin?
Well, yeah, gin. Yeah, it's good. It's a very, very good gin. A bit more expensive.
Yeah,
but very good. Here's an interesting thing I heard. There's a thing going around TikTok and Instagram right now. Say the uncomfortable thing, or say the thing that's difficult to say, or I'm paraphrasing. And it goes to this guy and he goes, heavy metal guys are really sweet guys cosplaying as mean people.
Oh, where did I just read that?
Evil people. I think I sent it to you.
You sent it to me, right?
And hippies are mean people cosplaying as nice people.
I believe that's true.
I've never met a heavy metal person who isn't the sweetest person I've ever met. like heavy metal fans, people who dress up in crazy leather with spikes and are all about the devil and Ozzy Osbourne. And they're the sweetest, nicest people. They would
They
never
are.
hurt a fly. They're cosplaying.
They're the sweetest fans
It's dress
ever.
up. It's dress up.
Yeah, it is. It's just a costume party. They love to be part of the community. They love to get fucked up and hug and kiss each other. And it's just like these festivals that I get to do every once in a while.
Yeah, you
It's
gotta
like,
meet the nicest people ever.
I meet these big bears of men, and they're like big hairy beasts, and they've got amulets on and spikes and chains, and they're just like giving you fucking kisses and hugs, and like, thank you so much. And then like, and this is Bobby, and this is Gunther, and this is Laszlo, and this is, you know.
Is the second part of it true though? Hippies are mean people cosplaying as
Hippies are
nice
full of shit, is what they are. These fucking
so I knew you would love that. That's why I said
metaphysical. Fucking try this salve, and oh my god, this compound of coriander and essence of bullshit flour. It's such a fucking I hate hippies because fucking pot, like the drug thing, just annoys the shit out of me. Just, and like wine pouches and fucking heavy bushes and dirty arses. It just sounds like a smelly, horrible time. You see Woodstock and everybody's like free love. Everybody's filthy. Nobody had a place to use the toilet, so they're just dumping on the ground, letting nature take its way. And I'm just one with my body and Mother Earth. Ugh. Hairy armpits and hairy arses, and it's just not good.
Shane McGurk, 12 books. Frank Zappa, genius or crazy boy? No, genius.
100% genius.
Super genius. Not even just playing guitar, which, by the way, he perfected the guitar solo on the lower strings. He's the greatest guitarist on the lower strings, and all his musical prowess, but also brilliant in an interview. Watch any of the Zappa interviews. The guy's amazing.
Yeah. You gonna give him a gong? You gonna give him some stuff?
No, you do it. That's your job. That's good.
Wouldn't mute us so we could talk over that. It would be more fun.
It would be, but yeah, unfortunately,
that's just what they did. Hold on, we missed. I didn't give a ring a ding a dingy for this one. Thank you so much.
So he's having a Negroni while he's cooking. That's the perfect moment to have a Negroni.
If you want
you're in the kitchen
floor,
cooking,
I don't drink when I'm cooking.
You don't drink hard stuff, but
no, but
you're a hard drinker. Negroni is a beautiful thing. You're there cooking, and you're in your little dream while you're cooking. It's a beautiful thing. Come on, life is short. Jesus Christ, live it up.
Ray says, "I was the 18-year-old boy. She turned me into a man. You're worse than Fox News, you dirk." It was just so good for the moment, though, right? Did you see the mileage I got out of that? It was great. Oh, it's funny. And yeah, it was good shit. That's it. Okay. I want to make sure we had them all. Yeah, hippies are gross, man. It's just, and then they're full of shit because their parents are usually super duper rich. They usually come from money, and this is their rebellion and all this shit. I've never met
Osama bin Laden was a hippie. His parents were fucking billionaire. He's from a billionaire family, and he went off to live in a cave.
He was bored.
He was bored. He was like, yeah, daddy's so rich.
Yeah, daddy's so rich. I'm so tired of the money. Let's just kill a bunch of people for the thrill because we can't think of anything better to do. And then he tried to pretend he was some kind of freedom fighter. He was a fucking barnacle attaching himself to causes that weren't his. It's a load of shit.
The worst thing ever is they gave him credit for 9/11. It wasn't his plan. It wasn't his thing. He was... You know, he gave it the benediction.
Mm-hmm.
But it was Muhammad Atta and what's his name? The other guy. No, the main guy that they got. What fucking Bin Laden? They gave him all the fucking credit for it.
Meanwhile, we were licking his hole for how long before that anyway? The U.S. is always licking everybody's asshole before they go on the enemy list.
$800 billion a year. The Saudis invest in American business. $800 billion. So that.
How much does Israel invest in America? Oh, nothing.
They develop arms.
Yeah,
a lot of arms sales.
Yeah, that's always fun. Matt Link says, went to a drone metal gig. Proof metal really has a sense of humor. A drone metal gig? I don't even know what that means.
I don't know what that is either.
Is it like, oh, like an Avatar show, like you're gonna see with Kiss?
KSM is the guy I'm thinking of, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Before.
Oh
KSM.
yeah, of course.
It was fucking his plan. Anyway,
Of
I don't want
course
to get
it
back
was.
into it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Hippie is short for hypocrite. But
Rufus.
Rufus.
We have the
Rufus.
right crowd for this.
My phone's on
hippies.
vibrate for you, Rufus. Let me tell you that much.
I don't mind the hippies when I see old clips of Woodstock,
no.
1969. I
Would
love
you-
that. You don't like it? I like it.
No, I like who's on stage, but like watching all the free love people. Like Paul made me watch Hair a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was the most excruciating movie. It was First of all, like Godspell and Hair, they're not Jesus Christ Superstar, and they want to be so bad.
There you go. Jesus Christ Superstar. They're the hippies as well.
Yeah, well, that's why the movie and me are not the best of friends. You know, I like the original cast.
Oh,
The
that's right.
movie is just a little too.
Oh, now we're getting to the bottom of it.
It's too many hippies.
I hope Emmett's in the crowd. He can chime in.
Yeah,
with me.
listen, I've made my peace with that. You know, you guys love the movie. I've got 8 years on you, 10 on your brother, and for me, it was the record. You know?
Ooh, you lorded it over us right there. Ooh, look at you getting spicy.
What do you mean?
You just lorded it over us because you got 10 years.
No,
old.
but no, I don't mean it that like experience. I mean like
You're fine.
I was turned on to the record, you know, before I had heard that because my sister Pat is 10 years older than me, so she had that record, and I never got around to that movie when it came out. I got it because I was young. I was 7 years old when did it come out? 72, 74,
72, 73.
Yeah, so I was like 7, 8 years old. So I didn't see that movie probably till 1980, and I was like, I don't like this. I didn't love Ted Neely. I loved Carl Anderson, Barry Dennen, of course, Yvonne Elliman. But I was just like, everybody looks like a hippie because everybody looks dirty. Like, you know, they're all full bush. That the whole cat. It's just one big full bush.
Answer me this: Why was everyone skinny? They were all
Because
so.
they were
skinny.
starving.
The hippies were so skinny.
They were doing
and
tons
fucking-
of drugs.
Was that it? They weren't eating food much.
They were tripping, baby. Like, and for all the drugs, like you and I don't do drugs. So, okay.
No.
So we're anomalies in the rock world because we don't use drugs.
Yeah.
However, and we've never tried drugs. So we've never even experimented with the drugs. Now, the thing with the hippies is they love tripping more
Yes.
than they love the psychedelic.
Yeah,
shit.
they like getting out of their head. Hey, it's like getting drunk. You enter into a new space.
I don't
Want
want
to see me editing my Ireland video?
But you're
Wine
still
versus
productive. You're not doing
non-wine?
this. They're completely out of their minds. There's nothing going on in there at all. You're editing a
there is.
video.
They're entering. It's Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. They're going through incredible
Jesus
spatial
Christ.
experience. They're entering a new universe.
They're not going anywhere. They're just
They're in their bed. They were in their bedroom.
Yeah, someone hit pause on their brain. That's it. The pause button was pushed on their brain, and that's all that's happening. I saw stars and Jesus, and everybody was one. When the moon is in the seventh house. No, that song didn't happen in your brain just now. That's the best song in Hair, by the way. That's a great song. That Fifth Dimension, that shit was great. Some of the music was good. And Treat Williams was so young and so beautiful in that movie. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. The beautiful Treat Williams, who I was obsessed with. He was in a movie with Laura Dern when she was about 14 years old called Smooth Talk. I urge everyone to see this film, Smooth Talk. Definitely made me a homosexual because he's the drifter who pulls into town. And he corrupts this young girl, and it's Laura Dern. And she's this fresh peach, this fresh plum.
These are things you can't say when you're a straight male. You go ahead.
Oh, I get it. She's like
The
the
fresh
most beautiful, ripe on the vine fruit, and she's so full of wonder and excitement.
All words we can't say. It's like when you compliment Michaela on Monday nights. I'm like, well, there's a big sentence I could never say because it would be like super creep. She'd be
Right.
like, get the fuck away, from you weirdo.
You look.
You have
really,
license, man.
You look really gorgeous tonight.
You look like a fresh peach. Jesus. Jesus. Get the hell out of here, old man. You weirdo.
That's so funny. Travis Watts, $20. Subscribe to the Timeless Watch channel. 2019 and eyeBashes at the inception. Yes, Travis Watts. Thank you for the years of great content, gentlemen.
Wow.
You know what? For that, you get our favorite.
Yeah, big.
Lenny. Who doesn't love him?
It's a beautiful thing.
Nathaniel doesn't mind hippies. I mind the smell. Roast, Nathaniel. Yeah, I mean, this is something. Isn't it funny how, like, if you ever get hit on by somebody who you find unattractive, you find all the reasons in your brain of why that they're unattractive to you, and it's not something that you're adding up in your head. It's something just
I don't know what you're
happens.
talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. I plead the fifth.
Yeah, it's so funny the way that happens, because I know a guy who'll remain nameless, and he loves like dirty girls, like girls who are definitely not clean, and he likes, a slutty variety, girls that definitely don't mow the lawn, stuff like that. And that's his thing.
Mhm.
And I asked him once what it is he loves about it. He goes, because you think that they would be easy to get. He goes, they're not. They're just hard to get, but probably because it's me, because he's a very ugly guy.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, there's like some real sad shit going on with this.
I was
thing.
at the Helmut Newton exhibition there at the weekend.
Oh, wow.
With the girls. Yeah, there's a big exhibition over in San Giorgio. Helmut Newton. I tried to post some of the photos on my Instagram and it immediately got blocked because it's full of nudes.
It's all nudes. It's women in leather and a Doberman pinscher.
Yeah, but full nudes. Like there was a whole room of full nudes of the most astonishing bodies you've ever seen, but with full bush. All of them, in black and white. It was art. It's art. There's nothing erotic about it. It's art. But I reposted some of it, and Instagram was like, "Oh no. This is full on pornography you're posting here, dude." I'm like, "No, it's art.
It's art." Oh God, is that right?
Helmut Newton was amazing. Lots of Jerry Hall and Mick Jagger. That pair was very cool. And 60s fashion, late 60s fashion. It was wonderful, actually. It was an amazing exhibition. Expensive. Vogue, all the original Vogue covers of the magazine are all Helmut Newton.
Helmut Newton was one of those avant-garde Berliner artists that eventually got so discouraged with the mainstream world, he just decided to do provocative, sexualized art, which is great.
He did one for Lavazza for the coffee with a woman with her boobs out at a wall. I'm like, oh my God, that was a Lavazza commercial. Oh my God, that's amazing. And one of my favorites of the whole lot was, my favorite of the whole lot was an eye crying. Just the eye super close. That was amazing. I'll post it on my Instagram. It was in my post, but it got banned because of the other photo. So I'll post it separately. But the other one was like his wife, I can't remember her name, one of his wives, at dinner, after dinner with her coffee and her cigarettes, and the boobs, and she's just there smoking her cigarette, and there's the restaurant in the background and the boobs out. Oh. And it's like 70s black and white art. It was like, it's powerful. Loved it.
You know what super famous album cover he did, right?
I didn't see it there.
This is the biggest record these guys ever made. Where is it? Oh, it's in a Chrome tab. There you go. Boom.
The Scorpions? That's Helmut Newton?
Yeah, Helmut Newton did a couple of Scorpions records. Oh, this is the first one is a woman with her boob out and the man kissing her neck and tattooing a scorpion on her thigh. It was banned. So then he did a Photoshop. He did a group photo of the band, and America put that one out with the guys in leather.
Right.
But this was the record that was worldwide. That Love at First.
I
This
mean,
is their,
between the two photos, there's no comparison.
well, of course, there's a stupid band photo of guys in leather. Who cares? And
Yeah.
this beautiful piece of art of this beautiful woman getting tattooed by her lover with her boob out. And that was banned only in the United States of America.
Yeah, you guys are very Christian over there. You know, you guys want it all sweet
just-
and clean. Meanwhile, they elect a guy who goes, "You can grab them by the pussy."
Yeah, I know. Isn't that funny? I mean, that's just the whole.
A 60-year-old man who says something like that, so obscene. No, I was full of beautiful art, and oh man, it was great. I was there with Liddy and her mom. You imagine Liddy like cross-examining everything.
That's right
just
up her
watching.
alley, man.
Oh my god, you know.
I love Helmut Newton. He's the Scorpions had some of the most amazing provocative covers in history. Did you ever see the Love Drive, the one where the guy and the girl are in the limousine?
Pull it up.
Bubble gum stuck to her boob.
While you're doing it, I'll pull up this super chat. Oh, first of all, Phonetic Duck, you lads never hit the slopes.
No.
Erotica, here we go. But we also have a big one, $100 from Ash.
Oh, Ash
Fishpool.
Fishpool. What?
Great show.
Oh my
tonight.
God.
Matt was brilliant, wasn't he? Matt Lieb, great. Subscribe to him. He's great, articulate, thoughtful, and funny. Drinking Chateau Talbot. I like Talbot. I had a 1982 Talbot. Try that for size. And he's got his Frollo watch on. Do I have a Frollo nearby to put on? Shit, I don't have one. Hope you're feeling better, Dirk. Keep up the bashing, guys.
I'm drinking.
Jesus, I'm gonna leave that super chat up for a bit.
I'm
Can
drinking.
you give him a
instead.
big,
Give him-
huge wow? Phonetic.
Leonard Bernstein is reserved for that kind of caliber.
that.
Thank you, buddy boy.
Phonetic
you,
Duck
Ash.
gets a triangle though.
Where's Phonetic Duck?
He's just above there. You lads never. Nice.
So here's a very famous. The Scorpions got in trouble for so many album covers. This was one of them. Where's my? Here it is. Love Drive. They got in a lot of trouble for this one.
Let me remove this for 1 second. Oh,
That's from the Love Drive album, which is maybe their best record. It's a great
he's
record.
pulling her heart out. Is that what he's doing?
It's bubblegum stuck to her tit. They're in a limousine. I don't know exactly. what
Okay.
this-
Okay.
But do you want to see the one that they really got in trouble for?
Yeah,
Hold on.
let's see it. Let's see it.
First of all, the album cover.
You're like an encyclopedia of metal, man. It's so funny.
It might not even be available to get online. Yeah, it is not. And that's probably better because we get in trouble for it. Anyway, I will find the redacted version of it. So they put out an album and they talked about it later on. And the album is called Virgin Killer. And it was the photographer's daughter in the nude, and the album's called Virgin Killer, and this album was immediately pulled off the shelf for the band picture. I mean, and they didn't learn their lesson after that because they did several provocative things. Now, of course, they say, oh, that was a big mistake. But they had some very provocative covers. But yeah, they did. Helmut Newman did a lot of hard rock and metal records. He was kind of like a S&M kind of S&M themed leather, and remember like Madonna erotica phase.
Yeah,
he was wearing whips.
it was based on that stuff. I didn't see any Madonna photos at all, but I don't think they ever worked together. And Helmut Newman,
she worked with him. They did something.
Did?
Oh, because
he kept going for decades and decades. That guy.
Hold on a second. Talk to people.
Yeah. I'm actually going to pull up some photos because I just emailed myself because, we're not on Instagram right now. I can show you guys whatever the hell I want. I just sent myself the photos to the other email. Let me see if they come up.
You know what this is, right?
Oh, you showed me that before. You keep showing me. This is deja vu. You're
Well,
showing
this
me
is
all
so
the
Helmut Newton,
erotica. It's very Helmut Noon, yes. That's what she's looking for, but pushing it a little far.
Right. This was
She's always after the shock factor, which pisses me off about
right.
that one.
Stephen Meisel did this. Well, yeah, because listen, when you're not Kate Bush, you have to take your boob out.
Yeah, there you go. You just articulated it perfectly.
Yeah, like what the fuck is going on
I
here?
couldn't have said it better myself. That's exactly the problem.
The last thing I want to do is wind up in some kind of weird S&M thing. Blah.
Can you imagine?
That's like when you've blown yourself out of all the kisses and normal things in life. You have to just like get beaten or beat
There isn't
someone.
enough, like, a beautiful body and beautiful person. You have to get erotic and weird.
Erotic, put your hands all over my body. I love that album though. It's a great album. It's really good.
I'll never join the Madonna club. So
She's
this is
got
some of the
great
stuff.
shit.
These are the Vogue and Elle covers that he did.
Fantastic. Oh, wow.
There's the one I love, The Crying Eye. Oh my god,
Beautiful.
that one broke my heart. It was
That's
so
great.
amazing.
There's like a lot of Twiggy and stuff in here.
So this is something I wanted to ask you. I was going to bring it up on the Watch Fashion Police.
Yeah.
What is this style?
That is a swing
That
coat.
weird. By the way, Liddy's in that picture. Look at that. How artistic
Oh,
is
how
that?
great is that?
There she is. But look at that weird. That's a real 60s, 1967, right? 1964, maybe. With the hat. What is that hat?
That was just a very famous cap. I don't know what the name of that is, but it was a very big hat. Women used to have. They used to go to milliners back in the day. You would go to a millinery you'd have a hat for every day of the week. Everyone wore hats. Hats fell out of favor probably around 72, 73.
Kennedy, right? Kennedy was the end of hats.
Well, for men, it was over for Kennedy, but for women, hats were still in fashion. Probably in the 70s after that big, Stepford Wives hats. Once those were gone, it was over. Hold on a second. Are you awake? Do you want wine? I opened it. Come get it. Paul, come here. I want to ask you put that picture back up, Oisin. Paul will know exactly what this hat's called.
Excellent.
Because he went to FIT for a little while.
Here, I'll cover so Paul doesn't dox himself.
What do you call that hat? That's a swing coat, obviously. Oh, sorry.
It looks kind of like a modern cloche.
It's a cloche, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was
Cloche.
Yeah, it's a cloche.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, swing coat and a cloche, which was very big in the late 60s. That's
Moving
another.
on. This is such an Italian picture.
Look at that swing coat and her cloche.
That's him. That's him there working. But look at this dude. Is that not the most Italian person you've ever seen in your life?
It is Cinquecento.
What is Cinquecento? Mamma mia, guarda.
Guess what?
Guardalo. He's thinking about when can I have a cafe and a cigarette, right? That's the most Italian thing I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. This is beautiful. Look at this art.
Yeah, but this looks much older. That looks 50s. Look at that. She's being interrogated by like the Gestapo or the Carabinieri. That's definitely the Carabinieri. Look at that pattern. That's Hermes. That's vintage Hermes because that's one of their famous patterns from the late 50s.
Really?
Yeah.
Only you would know this, dude. This is like,
Michaela would know that too. That's vintage Hermes. Yeah.
Well, that's why you guys watch Fashion Police and I just host the show. So this is some of the look. Yeah. I mean, any one of these women in a dress, this blows the shit out of most modern models, but big bush. Look.
Yeah, sure. Well, that was where it was until everybody decided they were pedophiles and girls needed to completely shave that.
Yeah. Look at this. That's fucking art, man.
This is a THX.
There's the one of his wife. Look, dinner's finished.
Yeah.
She's married her cutlery the wrong way around, by the way. That's the wrong way to do it. It should be a fork on the left. Sorry. Etiquette kicking in. She lights up a smoke, tits out. Beautiful. Look at that. That's fucking art. That's amazing. Sorry, but that's amazing. And of course, Jagger right next to her. Look at his microphone setup, by the way.
He's got a Telefunken, right?
No, that's a
87.
That's a U47.
A 47.
That's a Neumann U47.
U47.
He's got this microphone that everybody uses to this day. That's the Shure 27, right? That everybody uses on their podcast.
27B.
Right. And he's got this little, I think that's a talkback mic. Is that a talkback mic?
Yeah, probably. No, that's a B&K. That's a Brulin Care.
Is he using it to talk to the engineer?
I think it's just for atmosphere. I use B&K for lead vocals because Bob St. John likes B&K, and it's a shotgun mic.
So riddle me this about this guy. The lips.
Yeah.
So the British are not famous for having lips. Neither are the Irish.
Sure.
This guy got all the lips for everyone. All the lips of England went into this guy. This is way before
somebody way back when fucked somebody from south of the equator. British
you don't
have
see
no
that
lips
in his
whatsoever.
face, though.
No,
there's none of that. But look at the lips. I mean, no wonder he was such a sex icon.
I don't get big lips at all. I like no lips. I think big lips get in the way of kissing. I think that they're pillowy and an obstacle.
You've never kissed a black woman. It's the most.
I haven't.
Sensual. It's the most. Maybe you have.
I have.
It's like jumping into a deep sea.
I disagree. I thought it was cumbersome.
Oh my God! No, I mean,
I didn't dig it at all. I think big lips get in the way of kissing.
Oh, big lips are a wonderful thing.
Much. I know I'm in the minority, but
look at this stuff. This is just
that's
amazing.
Incredible. Don't you think that picture looks like THX?
Yeah. THX 1138.
Yeah.
Bit.
Yeah. I love the makeup too. Fuck.
Look at this.
Look at that. Here's the thing, and like I've talked about this on Watch Fashion Place. First of all, look at that dress. It's just outrageous. It's Yves Saint Laurent, probably, or Givenchy 63, 64. Brando, who everybody wanted to sleep with, and he wanted to sleep with you too. Women had hairstyles. Women had hairdos. They went and they had their hair done. You know, of course, I've complained about Wet Dog over the many videos we've done on Watch Fashion Police, but women used to actually do their hair there. They would have their hair set. They'd wear curlers. They'd have straight hair, curly hair. They'd mix it up all the time. Now everybody just looks like a wet dog. And look at this. But I'm saying here, that could be a man.
Yeah, there was an androgynous feel. And that's, there was a couple of photos of David Bowie in there as well. And he fit in with
wasn't that great though?
It was fantastic.
Wasn't androgyny fabulous when men and women flipped the script without all of the fucking pretense, without all of the vendetta?
We have, what's her name, the French actress, not Julia, what's her fucking name? She did a Cartier ad.
That's
what's her name? Catherine Deneuve.
Catherine Deneuve. Do you ever see the umbrellas of
cigarette? Look, it's something I loved as well, like the half nudity and the cigarette.
Cigarettes were always sexy, especially because she just had sex.
Very sexy.
She just finished sex. Have you seen the umbrellas of Cherbourg?
No, I have not.
Watch that as soon as possible.
I will.
It's incredible.
Look at this, it's fucking magnificent.
Yeah,
this is art, guys. I'm sorry,
of course it's art. There's a thin line, of course, between vulgarity and art. There definitely is. That is art. That's
for me,
high
it's
art.
A huge line.
Yeah.
There's nothing erotic about what I saw. I saw art. That's all I saw. It's a huge line. It may be almost quasi-invisible. Ash, once again, thank you for the super chat. That's fantastic.
Jesus Christ, you bastard.
You don't understand how much that helps the channel, and Ali as well, and everybody else who super chatted, even small super chats. It really helps to keep on keeping on, and that's really important. So thank you so much. And Angelo,
I'm not a YouTube superstar like Oisin yet. I'm trying now.
You will be, man. You'll surpass me. I hope you remember me then. Can you say Naja Aruman?
I'll be living in Italy and we'll be hanging out more than ever.
Yeah, sure.
Paul and I were talking last night. He was like, we're looking at this one place, and he was like, well, is there any kind of problem? I said, if there's any kind of problem, I'll just jump on the train and go hang out with Oisin for a couple of days. What's the problem?
It's here. The door's open.
It's like, boom.
Whenever you want.
I said, it only take me about 2 hours to get to Venice from here.
What flight would you get?
I wouldn't. I'd take the train.
No, from there. from where you are. You can't take a train across the Atlantic Ocean, man.
Oh, you mean to get to Fano?
No, to here, to hang out in
Oh,
Venice.
no, I'm talking. Oh, no, I was.
Oh, you're talking about going down
We
to
were
Fano
talking
and-
about. We were looking very seriously at an apartment that's
Oh,
Fano, like seriously, like
right.
he's gonna call his uncle over there and have him go take a
Oh.
look at it and all that shit.
Wow.
And he's like, "Oh, are you sure? Do you have any reservations?" Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, "Nope, nope, 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 nope. Get me out of here.
Okay.
Get me the fuck out of here. I'm done. Laverne is gone."
But that's the mistake I think you're making, and I've said it before. You should cross grade, fly over, spend a few months, fly back, fly over,
No,
fly back,
dude.
and cross grade, and
You
then
know
figure out exactly where you want. Okay, you want
all
to
or
dedicate.
nothing, man.
Okay, fine.
I'm all
Well,
over.
the plus,
You know what? If I hate it, we'll own it and we'll sell it. But that's not going to
Yeah,
happen
okay.
because of where it is. And he said, "Well, like I said, literally, I could walk to the train station. I could walk to the train station in 5 minutes, and when I get on the train in 2 hours, I'll be on the Zatre."
Yeah. Okay. So that comes back to the phrase that I said to you a couple of months ago. Don't try to make the right decision. Make the decision right.
Sure. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that is the
So
decision.
it doesn't
right?
really matter what decision you go for. Just
No.
figure it out, whatever one you use. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I do this now, and I could do this anywhere. We have a couple of loose ends to tie up. We're working on that. We've got a bunch of things in the works, and you know what? It's all roads lead to that happening. Like that. We've made a decision that that's gonna happen. When it's gonna happen, I'm not quite sure. But the actual place.
Just make sure you're not old and senile when it
No,
happens.
no.
At least we can still have fun times.
No.
I don't want to be going, Dirk, are you okay? Do you want me to walk you home?
Could you get my walker for me? No.
It's going to ruin it.
That's not gonna happen.
Easy $10. You guys are just the best. Very older. What's that? I don't know that word. Am I learning a new word? What's that word?
Is it Latin?
I
Nathaniel.
like new words. I like new words.
I mean, does it mean like, is it like periodus? Like period?
It sounds like dangerous because in Italian we have pericola, which is danger.
I think it's Latin for period. I think it just means complete sentence.
Oh, I see. Period. Oh,
That's what I'm
okay. Finish. Okay. Full stop. Okay.
Yeah,
I get
full
it.
stop.
You guys are just the best. Period. I like that.
Yeah.
Did he add? He just added a US to make it sound Latin.
I think that's a real word, though. I think it's a Latin word.
Oh man, I love that.
Angelo Minichello, who is one of my Patreons, Canadian $10. Can you say Nadja Auerman? It ain't the mountain, it's the climb.
It's the climb.
This is very true. This is very true. As I like to say. And what comes after that?
After that, we have
no. What comes after?
Well, what are you asking me?
Our first stop is in Bogota to
Sure.
check on Colombian fields.
Yes, that's Passage to Bangkok.
Passage to Bangkok.
From 2112. Donnie B. Fair.
Donnie Fair, you know who he
Fine.
is? Donnie B. Fair was the second lead guitar player in Hitman in 1985.
Oh shit! Look at that.
He's been watching the show and Donnie B. Fair. That's who Don Fair is.
Build it and they will come, says Shane. I concur. 100%. There's Sean. I had a Brazilian girlfriend with juicy lips. They were like fruits. You be careful, man. You're a married man.
He's just waxing poetically.
That's
it.
okay.
That's fine.
They were like fruits from a paradise. I'm with Oisin on this. Listen, man. Yeah, it's true.
I don't get the lip thing. I find big lips, especially on men, very unattractive.
Okay, maybe with men it's different. But
by the way, I want to make a statement here.
Yes.
As a unobjectifiable statement.
Yes.
So this show Palm Royale on Apple TV with Kristen Wiig and Ricky Martin and all that stuff. Kaya Gerber is on it.
Yes.
Oisin.
You're losing your memory. This is my problem. Get over to Italy. Come on, before you lose your memory. We just spoke about this.
No. We watched an episode last night.
Yeah,
You
I can't watch that,
Why?
dude.
What?
You don't understand. You put me in front of Kaya Gerber, like staring at Kaya. I already have a problem with high standards. I already have an issue.
It's the most beautiful thing. She is she surpassed her mother. I don't know how that's. First of all, she's got to be 6'2".
Yeah,
she's so tall.
That's upsetting.
I've never seen legs on a woman like this in my life.
Yeah,
there's a scene where she walks off. She has an argument with her, and she walks off. I've never seen legs on a woman like this. She's astonishing.
I don't want to see it. That's upsetting to me. I don't want to see it. It's like showing a hungry person like a
meatloaf.
Yeah.
19. We're giving you the huge super chat for a huge.
I'm right there with Sean. The Iranian girl. Sean's Persian. Iranian girl's beautiful. I was with an Iranian girl for like a very short period, and yeah, beautiful. They have those strong noses, but the beautiful lips. Oof, that's
yeah. My friend Ali Ali Larkin was an Irish girl that moved to Ireland. Did you ever meet her? You met her, right? She was 6'2". She actually had a big nose. She had a big Iranian girl nose, and she had it fixed, and she became the world's most beautiful woman you've ever seen.
Okay, if I had met your friend who's 6'2",
yeah. I mean, I don't know why you never met her.
I think I'd remember.
I don't know why you.
I probably would have been like.
She was astonishing. Andrew Wolkowitz, you sending me all the money. Canadian $5. Dirk and Paul will move to Italy 2 weeks later. Oisin will move to Spain.
This is what I'm afraid of. Andrew read my mind. This is what I'm afraid of. I've been here 3-4 years already. I'll move on, and you guys are stuck.
Don't move to Spain. That's the one European country that has nothing I want. I don't like their wine. I don't like their food. I don't like the Spanish language is not my thing.
No, I don't like the language much.
I don't love it. It's like, and like, it's all meat. Their wine is just a Tempranillo.
Yeah, but maybe I'll get the, as the Italians say, that's really vulgar.
No,
sorry.
I know.
Maybe I'll get,
if you move to Spain, could you move to Seville though? Because I loved Seville.
Seville would be nice.
It was beautiful.
Watch me meet some woman from fucking Barcelona.
Barcelona, the Catalano, they're very cunty though.
Oh no, I mean it's a cool city. I've been there, but
I've never been.
It's like going back to New York or something. Like it's crazy madness.
Yeah.
Dangerous town too. I won't be able to walk around with this on my wrist. You know what I mean? Barcelona.
I'd love to see the Segura Familia though. I'd love to see that man in person. Is it crazy?
Yeah, well, I did some wild madness in Barcelona. It was good.
Who'd you go to Barcelona with? By yourself?
No, I went with the doctor.
Oh, the doctor. That's a track. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. No, it was fine time. That was when things were fine. We were good.
Did my camera just die?
Your camera just died, man. You ran out of battery. But I can still hear you.
I didn't run out of battery. My battery's at 100%.
Araya says, Raya, is that how you say her name? Luscious lips are succulent. It's so true.
Ooh. That's so weird.
But you can't fake it. You can't get the lip filler. Then you look like a stupid duck.
Yeah, then you look like
women who get a lip filler. Just stop right now, immediately.
Yeah, they'll never really know what that looks like. They never know that it looks terrible. They just don't.
Right, I'm too Jewish for shit. I've dated Jewish girls. Fantastic.
Jewish girls are gorgeous.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
very fucking smart.
And I've always had a little bit of a penchant for like the Jewish boys. Like, oh yeah, I've had crushes on many a Jewish boy growing up. Yeah,
it's a beautiful world, man. We all get to like try each other's flavors. It's a menu in a restaurant. It's magnificent.
Yeah,
wonderful. And the black girls, any dark girl, they go for me mad. Like black girls are just on me, like whatever it is, whatever white guys they.
And I can't imagine why you would care, because like Ireland had never seen a black person before 1970.
For some reason, like on the black radar, they just like whatever white guys they like. I fit right into they're like, that's what I want.
Black guys have no hair on their body. They're all pretty smooth. 90% of them are smooth.
So is it that they like?
Yeah, they like the like they don't grow beards, they don't grow great mustaches, they have no
shit.
body hair. It's like you ever see that episode of that movie, the James Bond film that takes place in Japan? I think it's You Only Live Twice, where James Bond is in a pool and all the Japanese women are crowding around him and they're just touching his chest hair and they're all like, "What is that?" And they're all so crazy horny. And he's like, he says some quip. I forget what it is, but it was outrageous. Let me see if I can
it's
find
very important to be with someone who likes your type.
Sure.
You know what I mean? When a woman goes, I like the chest hair, she feels her chest, she wants all the hair, then you're starting off at a good start. If some woman is grossed out that you're, a big masculine beast with hair, don't get into a relationship with that. She'll always hate you inside. Just start on a good start. That's my advice for everyone. Just start where it starts well. Like, be their type. They can be your type.
I've never hooked up with anybody that wasn't my type ever.
Yeah, it's really important.
Why would I bother?
It's really important.
Everyone I've ever been attracted to looks exactly like Paul.
Okay, good.
And that's the way it's going to be.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to show you this scene right now. It's really funny. I found it.
You guys will move to Fano and there'll be lots of Pauls walking around.
They're all Pauls.
And then Paul will be like, fuck.
It's funny.
What are we looking at?
James Bond.
Oh, this is
My friend, now you take your
and of
first
course he's got
civilized
like he's got Jap face on, so he's gonna.
place
It's like
yourself entirely in
it
their
could
hands.
never be done now.
Rule number 1 is never do anything for yourself when someone else can do it for you. And number 2? Rule number 2, in Japan, men always come first, women come second.
Oh my God. Could never make that now. We're totally going to get shut down for this, by the way.
Do you think so?
Oh, yeah. You got to pause it now.
Okay.
You have to pause it. If it's more than 10 seconds, you're going to get shut down. 7 seconds.
Okay. Oh, I didn't realize that's such an old movie. Oh God, it's Barbara Broccoli.
Doesn't matter if it's an old movie. It's owned by Warner Brothers or something.
It's owned by Eon Productions. It's owned by Barbara Broccoli. It's not even owned by MGM anymore because they went out of business. Barbara Broccoli and her brother own all copyrights to the James Bond franchise, all the film, everything.
By the way, did I show you my writing instrument? I got.
No, but I saw it on the channel before.
You did?
Look
at this thing. Look at that.
Is it
fucking rose?
It's a fountain
gold.
pen, right?
It's a fountain pen.
Wow.
I got to figure out how to use it and refill it and stuff.
You have to write very delicately. Like
I know. I got to learn. And it came with a box and a card, a warranty card with serial number and everything. It's like watches.
What brand is that?
It's Visconti.
Oh, Visconti.
It's made out of Etna volcanic rock and brass, and the nib is 18 karat gold.
So is this from Sicily?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, come on, man. I'm so excited to start using this.
I think we should all start writing with fountain pens again, because it's just you have to have a very delicate touch, and then the ink pools in certain areas. That's why all like the Declaration of Independence. I know they probably used quills back then, right?
Quills.
Right. But that still had the same effect because the quill was hollowed out.
Well, the thing about the nib is there's like small, medium, and large nibs, and you push into the paper and they open up, they widen out. It's like a whole thing. But this thing it feels so royal and amazing. It's heavy. Delighted. It's my first luxury writing instrument. Thanks to Les, a viewer of the channel. Ush, when's the wallet coming out? Would like one, love the logo. It's coming hopefully later next week. Hopefully later. He's still finishing like the first 30. It takes him a day to make one.
Jesus Christ.
So he's making a lot of them. He's making 30 for the first batch. And these these ashtrays that I'm going to announce on the same day.
Those are
These take-
unbelievable.
Yeah, this is like a whole day of finishing and sanding. This is one piece of walnut. It has my stupid mug there. That's Emmett's logo he made for me. See, this is why fucking Emmett deserves so much. He fucking made my 2 logos. The one that went on the one that's on my channel. You see it down on the right hand corner, and this one. Look. So,
I mean, Emmett is such a
Coming
creative. Where is he right now? Is he gigging or something?
probably, yeah.
He hasn't been on the chats. Usually he's in the chats. Like,
There's another
Em,
one
if you're here,
I
come on the
can
show.
Finish. Look at that finish on that.
Or Dana, come on the show if you're here. Send one of us a text. Which super chat you want to give him? What God?
No, you do it. You do it. $10. I don't know what that is.
Need a cowbell, by the way.
For what? For
Everybody wants a cowbell.
okay.
Down. I'm getting a new stand tomorrow. It's coming tomorrow.
What happened to your stand? Did it break?
Jeez, I have 2 K&M stands, and K&M, as you know, because you've been in the business forever, are the best. They're the best.
And they broke.
They both are stripped.
Oh wow!
So I got a desk one with a boom, because I also need one because when I record, I don't sit and sing. I stand and sing. So I had to get one that had a little bit of play. So I got this. I think I got the same one that you have. I got a one that clamps onto the desk and is kind of like that Pixar-y kind of thing.
This thing was $60. It's a simple thing.
Oh, 60.
A lot of people have the
big.
big Shure thing.
The Rode one.
It's
They
like
have
a
the Rode
huge,
one.
yeah, the Rode, like the big arm, and it comes down to their face. I just wanted the simplest possible thing.
That's what I got. Something that's very similar to that.
Yeah.
Only because this, if I move it, it will actually fall off. It's
Wow.
stripped. We tried everything. I had a couple of inserts. Nothing worked. I've been using it every day. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I've just been physically moving it, like back and forth, and it just finally gave out. I mean, these are old. These are all part of the Hitman arsenal, so I've had them forever and ever and ever.
Did you hit the Milgauss off it again?
No. I saw a picture of some guy's beat up Milgauss, and I was like, and he goes, that's because I'm a man. It was on Instagram, and I was like, should I be that guy? Should I stop babying it? Should I stop it with
It'll happen eventually.
I know. Should I stop it with the tape and the coffee? Look at this. Look, I have
What's
look.
Oh, sorry, wrong person.
Look. This is
What's that on the back?
This is like on my homemade coffee pods. When I want to use my own coffee, you cover the pod with a sticker, and I put it over there because I want that to get injured.
Wow.
So I've been babying it because she's.
Show me the clasp.
Well, right now I couldn't find my real tape. I took off the tape that was on there because it was falling. Right now it's horrific. I just have a piece of tape on it. But
it's so funny. I'm fine.
I mean, it's my
we all feel that way
first
when we get a
Rolex,
brand new
man.
watch. Yeah, man.
It's the first Rolex I ever had, and it was a gift. So, like I have very sentimental attachments to it. I don't want it to get injured.
The only sad part is if it does get dinged, that it's something important and rememberable, like not something stupid like some silly door into some cafe or something.
Sure.
You're like, oh dang.
Like I hope like John Hamm decides to punch me in the face.
And you deflect it with your watch,
Yeah.
and then that's a ding,
Like-
and you're like, remember forever.
Now kiss me.
I was just watching that film the other night with Keanu Reeves, The Day the Earth Stood Still, and John Hamm's in it.
Yeah, ready for my favorite line in that movie? Are you human? My body is.
My body is. Yeah, it's not a great movie.
It's not a bad movie though.
Jennifer Connelly is great. John Hamm's great. Keanu does what he can do.
I love him in that movie. I think if that's what an alien was, that's what an alien would do. That's how I feel. Because how the fuck do you go to another planet and God knows you're some non-corporeal thing, blah, 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 blah. You have to assimilate and you have to present in some way.
Yeah.
My body is. I thought he was great. And I think that
Do you
movie
feel
excited-
pain? My body does.
My body does. Yeah.
And then he just takes over the dude's body and goes, which way do I get out of here? And
Yeah.
how many guards are there and stuff. It's a weird movie. But,
Had you never seen it before?
I'd seen it a long time ago,
Yeah.
and I forgot that John Hamm was in it. And I
Sure.
couldn't remember if that was John Hamm post.
It's
Mad
during.
Men?
It's during.
It's during. Okay.
It's during because now he's like John Hamm, dad bod. Because now he's like got his shirt off and he's a little bit chubby in every movie, and he's constantly taking his shirt off. And that I don't really like the show. I gotta say the Fargo series. I'm not enjoying that at all.
Okay.
It's weird, and he's got nipple rings, and he's an
that's weird.
asshole far right lunatic with guns, and I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how to feel about that, but John Hamm is in now embrace. He's finding his biggest success being like a dad guy.
Okay.
Instead of the most handsome man that's ever lived on the planet, next to Bill Holden. But that's really hard to do.
Well, I mean, he got a success when he was late 30s, early 40s.
Early 40s. Yeah.
So now we're a few years on. and
Yeah,
he has
I mean,
embraced
it took
who he
him-
is.
Whatever happened to his girlfriend though? She was supporting him for 20 years. He got super famous.
She was the producer, right?
She's an actress and a director.
Yeah.
And
She got him into auditions and stuff, and he kept failing.
She
Yeah.
put him in her own movie. She did that some Jewish girl's wedding. That was her big movie, something wedding. And he
Okay.
was in it, and he kind of stole the show. And then he got Mad Men and he became a big star. And then he made a movie called Other Friends' Kids.
Okay.
Everybody was in that. Slattery was in that, because the funny thing about you, the one thing you have to say about John Hamm is that anybody who ever works with him loves him. He works with Tina Fey all the time. He works with John Slattery all the time. He works with Krasinski. These people want to remain in his, him to be in their orbit, and likewise.
Yeah.
So obviously it's a very bitter pill. I think she might have got jealous of his success. It sounds to me, because he seems like an incredibly. He won his
It's
Oscar,
a shift of power.
his Emmy. Sorry. Yeah.
It's a shift of power.
Yeah.
A lot of couples break up after they move. A lot of couples they start their relationship. They're 8 years in one apartment, then they move.
Yeah.
They finally have enough money to buy somewhere else or rent somewhere else. They move apartment, and all of a sudden they're in a new environment. There's a shift.
Yeah.
I know a couple, or knew a couple, who met and immediately went on holiday and went on a 2 year or year and a half excursion around the world. He cashed in his college fund, and they went all around the world. They discovered Morocco, and there's photos of him on a camel and stuff. And he proposed to her in Venice, right here, like a quarter of a mile from my house. And it all went swimmingly, and then it came to an end. They moved back to San Francisco, and 6 months later they were broken up because the dynamic changed. When you're on holiday, it's real easy to be in love.
If you start out on holiday,
place after place.
Yeah.
It's so nice and adventurous. But then you get back to the house, and then you have to wash the dishes, and you have to take out the garbage and walk the dog.
Good.
And it's like,
I'll just take out the Italian trash. That'll be.
I don't like you as much anymore.
I don't like you in Italy anymore. Remember Moose, right? Our good friend. Of course, you remember him well. They have a friend. They have a mutual friend who got married, and he and his wife, right after they got married, decided to take a world tour, and they went all over the world.
Sounds exactly like the story I just mentioned.
Exactly. That's it's parallel. They got everything when they got back. The second they got back to the States, they broke up.
That's
the second they got back.
The same story, because it's like we were out in a world of adventure. It's not hard to fall in love with someone on a plane. When you're on a plane, you're very vulnerable. You know, you meet someone on a plane, maybe if you met them in a bar in your hometown, they ain't anything. But you meet them on a plane at 30,000 feet. There's something romantic about that, isn't there?
As long
we
as there's
may
not a
never
wall
see each
between
other
you.
again. Right.
We complain about that all the time. All people want now. We watched a movie last night called Stranger on the Phone. And it was like Betty Davis, a bunch of other people, Shelley Winters. And it was all about a plane crash. And people sat next to each other and had to have conversations and share cigarettes and cocktails and got to know each other's stories. Nowadays, everybody wants this in a plane.
A wall.
Everybody wants to be alone.
All the first class shit is all like walled off stuff.
Love
but
meeting
you know,
people on
and
planes.
when you're like going to flashy hotels and meeting in foyers and bars and hotels and so on, it's all very lovely. But then you get home to reality. That's, you know, the test of a relationship is when the times are hard. That's the real test, right? When times are tough, when you've got to fucking just deal with the bills and get through a shitty time and stuff is boring, and the highlight of your day is tuning into Netflix after you put the kids to bed, and you only last half an hour because you're so exhausted you fall asleep on the couch. That's the real test of love. That's how you know if you've got real love.
I agree. Nathaniel says, after 2 years, I always hear, when are we settling down in one place? Then I get dumped.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Well, Nathaniel has a very...
he's got a tough job. He's moving. He's always on the move.
But it's also very adventurous. Like, he's a bit of a Renaissance man because he's out there going from place to place. He's living in Geneva. He's living in London. He's living in New York. He's going from place to place. So it's full of adventure and mystery. And then it turns into like regular and, you know.
So just fuck a lot of people, Nathaniel, and just don't even commit. I mean, I guess listen, I didn't ask to be in a 35. We'll be together 35 years this year. I never expected that in my life. Never, you know, to not
what
be. What
happens now? You move to Italy and then.
That's not good. What is the point of people breaking up when they've been together for 20 years or more? Why? Because first of all, I don't give a shit about the sex thing anymore at all. I just want a cup of tea and a really great fucking sandwich or some chips. I couldn't give a flying fuck about that anymore. I have no interest in going out and looking for it, I don't care. Like, if you get the flirt once in a blue moon, that's really flattering and sweet, and you can go home and go, and the first thing I do would be to tell Paul, because it's stupid. Right. I have that part of my life. I feel like sex and all that sexy, dirty shit is for young people. And like, I had enough of it. I did. I had all of it. And I'm grateful that I did. Now, I don't need any of that. Well, what am I looking for in the great scheme of life that after 35 years, I would need to be like, oh God, I need to find myself. And I need to travel and have lovers and be so admired.
Find my heart.
I just want a cup of tea, man, and a fucking cigarette and a great drink, and that's it. And I don't fucking give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care. That's like sex and all that fantasy shit is for very young people, and you can have it. You can all have it. Because listen, we already banged the planet. We already did that. I got that shit out of my system when I was very young. I don't care anymore. I don't. And it's great when people, you find out, oh my God, they were married for 30 years and they broke up. Who's the moron there?
I'm glad you're saying this because I don't want you guys moving to Italy and you fall in love with a different Paolo, and Paolo falls in love with a different.
That's never gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. And if
you have the two of you come over at separate times.
Listen, I'm very modern.
Venice.
If you want to go have an affair with somebody, just don't let me find out about it, because I think it's very selfish for people to think that they're enough for any one person for a very long period of time. That's just how I feel. I just think it's unrealistic. It's very based in religion, and it's very based on, like religious morality.
It's old-fashioned jealousy.
Jealousy is a useless emotion. It's useless.
Yeah, it never helps anyone with anything.
And lucky for Paul, because he's incapable of jealousy. He couldn't. If John Hamm wanted to fucking jump my bones, he would be like, "God,
call me tomorrow."
Yeah, he wouldn't care.
Tell me how it
He's
was.
not capable of jealousy. And that's great that I've evolved into that, because what's the point? Listen, if you want to have your little thing, great. You know what? I'll be down at the fucking, I'm going to have a Cafe Doppio. I'll be good, right? That's
Yeah, but
good.
I had a girlfriend once and she was very like that. And I made the decision I don't trust her. Not on it, like I didn't have resentment. I was just like, because she thinks of things that way, I logically have to come to the conclusion that if, that she'd be like, well, it was only sex. And I'd be like, okay. So I'm not going to go down that road. Thanks.
Right.
I'd spare myself from that. You're very evolved and that's cool for you. But like, yeah, I don't know. Like, it's so flippant to you that, if it was that flippant for me, it would be rough times, darling. But
but she's the most jealous person in the world.
no, it's a different girl.
Oh, different girl. Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, who
I was thinking about the doctor, because she's
no,
crazy.
no, model.
Oh, whoa, gotcha.
That one, yeah.
Oh,
She was
right.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean,
Did she sleep with Robert Palmer?
No, she didn't sleep with Robert Palmer. She was pissed off that he didn't give her a bigger part in that video.
Oh.
He gave some other way less attractive girl a big part in that video. No, she was very kind of like, oh, well, it's just sex. I'm like, okay, well, that's fine. I don't hold it against you, but like, I just know now that it can be just sex. Okay, fine. Well, I'm not going to fucking start a family with you or anything,
Right, because so like I'm curious into in a heterosexual scenario. So if a girl says to you it's just sex and you're thinking about starting a family, that would be an instant deal breaker, because she just might run off and just bang the fucking train conductor.
Yeah, like and that would be my fault because she already told me. Like, I got the warning signals. So
would you rather know or not know?
Jesus, I don't know. Luckily, I didn't get that far, but
I don't want to know.
I think I'd rather know.
No, you wouldn't, because when you know is when the other shit creeps in. When and here's the gayest thing I've ever said. There's this unbelievable Liza Minnelli song about cheating, and she goes,
super gay with
this
Liza
is the gayest
Minnelli.
thing ever. And she goes, who is she? Is she beautiful? And then she goes, do I know her?
Oh.
And that's the worst part, because once you know, you now need to know everything.
No, I wouldn't pry. I'm not a prior.
You say you wouldn't.
I say maybe I'd slip. I don't know, but
yeah, it's tough when you know. If you know it,
tough.
First of all, no one should ever admit that they cheated on you. They should never do it. They should go to church, see a rabbi. Yeah. They should do all those things for themselves. Yeah, but it's the most selfish thing in the world to tell you.
Yeah, that's true.
They should never tell
you. You're into you're more familiar with dark territories than I am.
No, it's just
I'm not as well versed in these worlds, but I just avoided them. It's like just seeing murky waters and go, I'm not going to take a swim in that pool because I just don't want to know what that's like. I'd rather move on. Thank you very much. That's the way I've always been.
I mean, like if you were with a woman and she said to you, I'm thinking about, what do you think about if we bring a third in? How would that make you feel?
I've been asked that many times.
And your answer to that was?
In one case, I was like, yes, but I would have a great night, but then we can't be together after that.
Right, of course not. Because it never works.
That will never work.
It doesn't work for anyone, by the way.
Probably have a fantastic night, but I will never take you seriously after that.
No one, it's a successful night until the person that gets left out realizes that.
It's like open relationships. There's one who's
that
into
doesn't work.
Yeah, never works. There's the person who really is into open relationships, and then there's the other person who's just playing along because they're so mad about the other person. They're willing to let them do anything.
Yes. You want to? Yeah. You want me to do what?
Single.
You want me to do what to who? And thank you. Yeah. Okay.
Listen, single life is fucking amazing. It's so underrated. Everyone's afraid to fucking be by themselves.
Yeah.
I fucking, it's, if I want to get laid, I'll just go to the Hard Rock Cafe and sit
I
there.
know.
It's only a matter of like an hour before I get.
Listen, you're a big hairy Irish ride. There's no doubt in my mind. The
I
second
don't
you go in
have
there,
that. I don't have
you
that
don't.
issue.
You've never had a problem with girls.
The last time
Never.
I was there, I mean, they were a little overage for me, but they were really
Go for
coming.
it.
And if I was drunk enough, I'd be like, all right. I don't have that issue, so I'm like, you know,
Yeah.
but I love my single life. I'm, you know, I have weird hours. It'd be impossible to be with me because it's like, when did you go to bed, honey? Oh, it's 7 a.m. 16 bottles of wine later because I was editing a video. That's not a man you want to be around.
No, it isn't.
No, this is the man you want to find at the bar and bring him to your hotel, bang his brains out, and then fucking dump him on the street. That's me.
Dump him on the street.
The street. Dump me on the street. Don't steal my watch, please. Don't drug me. Don't drug my drink, and send me on my merry way. That's me. You know, I was a good father. you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
but and I still am, especially to Lydia. But you know, and me and Lydia have the best friendship on earth.
You do.
By the way,
You do. It's
So,
amazing.
Anyway,
It's amazing. It's like you guys are almost the same person in a lot of ways.
oh, she's amazing. We spent Easter together. It was,
Yeah.
with her mom as well, who's fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic
great.
person.
She's
But
a
Lydia,
fantastic
Lydia,
lady.
Lydia's just like
Lydia
I mean,
always never fails
the
to
best
impress me with her
person.
taste and style and opinions
She's
and all
just-
that shit.
But she's so chill.
She's so
Oh
cunty. I
my
love
God.
it.
But cunty, yes, but chill.
Yeah.
So chill.
No, but
like,
when she's really passionate, she reaches for it, and
Yeah.
it's so convincing. She's so passionate about.
listen,
like,
I made
every-
my Ireland video, and a lot of people accolades. The only person who criticized it,
So, there you go.
she's like, "Oh, some of your shots are burnt out. You need an ND filter." I was like, "There you go. The apple does not fall far from the tree, man. Here she goes."
Bum.
Michaela's in there.
Michaela says the only people I've ever seen in long-term polyamorous relationships are unattractive on another level. Why do you think that is? Michaela, I love you, and you are so. Did you ever watch? Has anybody ever seen like swingers videos or documentaries on swingers? Everyone is so fucking ugly.
Did you watch Michaela's latest video?
Yes, I did
watch
this
video?
afternoon. It
Oh
was
my
fucking
God, it's
amazing.
Brilliant.
It was brilliant.
That dark humor she has, brilliant.
It's so dark. My
She's dark. She's
God.
dark.
She's mining the darkest shit.
It's good. It's good though.
Oh
And I
my
love all the
God.
watch stuff. Like it's the most poncy, like high level watch
Yeah.
shit.
Yes.
It's like she doesn't even mention Rolex or anything. It's like
Why would you do
doesn't
that?
exist. You know, it was good. It was really good.
But thank you, Michaela. I like it. So fucking true. What is it with swingers? They're always the ugliest people in the fucking room. They're always like fat truckers and like ladies from Walmart. And they're like, oh, it's always so like, I'll never forget this thing I saw many years ago. We used to own a house out on the end of Long Island. And there was a Walmart. And this was my very first Walmart experience in ever. It's actually the only Walmart I've ever been in is the one on the North Fork of Long Island in Riverhead. So we went in there one day and I was going down the aisle looking for whatever. And I saw this like 450-pound woman. Listen, I'm not trying to fat shame anybody or any of that stuff, but you know what? You should stop eating. And she's walking down the aisle. And she goes and she gets her giant Pepsis, like the ones that are in like water cooler sized bottles, and like Fritos and all these things that are in these giant seed civil defense bags, all this crazy shit. And I'm like looking at her, she's got all these kids kicking around her. And then the husband shows up and it's Sam fucking Elliott.
Oh
Like the hottest, leanest, most muscly guy that works on the fucking, he is a lineman for the county. Like he was gorgeous. And he's like, so Amberlynn, what would you like? You want me to go over there and get those Chipotle burgers you like? And I just stood there like this. What the fuck? And I was like, this guy's swinging because first of all, it's physically not even possible for him to penetrate her. It's not physically possible.
Jesus.
I mean, there comes a point when somebody gets so beyond obesity that
No, but there's a lot of military families. I see them here in Italy because there's a lot of American military here, where the guy is super fucking fit because he does 300 push-ups every morning. He's the military guy, and he brought the wife, and she's sitting around kind of doing nothing and just eating cheeseburgers, and they blow up.
blue sky.
And he remains this fucking short back and sides fucking
Ed Harris.
action man,
Yeah.
right? And she's turning into a whale.
She has nothing to do but eat bonbons all day.
That's it. Like
She's
she's kind
bored.
of cruel. Nathaniel. Polyamory is an abomination. Poly is a Greek root, a more Latin. They should say polyrossi. I can't say that word. How do you
Sometimes
say that word? Polyerosy.
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 Nathaniel's way too smart for the two of us.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just feel so goddamn stupid around you, Nathaniel. I feel like I should just get back on my truck. I saw one of those. Hey, Nathaniel loves cars, right? I saw one of the. I saw the truck today. I was up. I was up in Trader Joe's in the city court, the Court Square today, and I saw one of those new Tesla trucks. The one that's like a big
crazy thing.
Yeah, I saw it in person.
Oh, was it crazy looking?
It's monstrous.
Really?
It is so much bigger than the pictures would allow.
It looks really silly looking.
It's so weird. It's all right angles. It's all 90-degree angles. But in person, I was like, I fucking want that. Of course, a Chinese guy was driving it because that's all we have now. I was like, if I was going to drive, because I know a lot about cars because I live with Paul, but I've always been obsessed with cars. I've always been obsessed with Corvettes and Ferraris and stuff. But I've never had a driver's license in my life. Sheen doesn't have one either. But if we move to Italy, I'm definitely going to get one because I want a Cinquecento. I want one. I really want one. I want a really cool little old Fiat. Or like just a Vespa, just tool around and go.
She lets him cheat, probably. Yeah,
of course she lets him cheat because he can't. Well, there's nothing that she can't buy in the shops that can pleasure her. She can only.
Yeah, but come on, what about
garden hose?
What about Irish Bond? What's his name? Pierce Brosnan. That woman was the biggest smoke show I've ever seen in my life when she was younger. Now she's blown up a lot because she discovered cake and because her husband is a fucking gazillionaire and he loves her all the same. Maybe she's bringing new stuff to the bedroom. I don't know. Or maybe he doesn't care because he loves her.
Listen, when you're in a very, very long-term relationship, sex is no longer on the menu anymore. You might have personal pornography and or glory. I don't know what you might do for your
He's
sex
still
kicks.
a sexy man.
He's sexier than he's ever been.
He's still very
he's hotter now than he ever was.
Yeah.
And if I was fucking Barbara Broccoli, I'd hire him for 2 more movies because he looks amazing.
He still looks good. One of my exes was on his set.
Yeah.
One of my, one of the smoke show, right? And she was hired to be like a dancer on the set by a mutual friend of ours who was a movie producer. And he walks up to her and he goes, "Nice tummy." And he not pushed, but like just pointed at her, rubbed his finger on her tummy because of course she had the fucking 8-pack.
Yeah.
And she said to me, like, sexiest man I've ever met in my life. I'm like, okay, well, he's Irish and you have a younger version. Okay.
He's from Navan, right?
He's from Navan. He's from outside Dublin.
Yeah.
I remember going, shit. Well, if he asked you home, I wouldn't hold it against you, darling. I mean, we can't continue our relationship, but good luck. I mean, do what you got to do,
I was not a big fan of Pierce Brosnan's residency during James Bond because I think all of those films are terrible.
The films are bad. He isn't bad.
He's not bad. The films are atrocious.
Yeah.
I think that the Timothy Dalton films are far better.
Right.
It just got really stupid under. Maybe GoldenEye is tolerable. The rest of them are atrocious. It wasn't until Daniel Craig took the mantle up with Casino Royale where shit got real fast. Pierce Brosnan, if they were smart, because I saw the Twinkie Twinks they've been looking at, and that one guy that remember 2 weeks ago, they're like, "This is the guy. They're making the announcement. It's him," and he didn't get the job.
Who? Oh, what's his face? Yeah. Okay.
Which guy?
We still don't know who's going to be Bond. People have been pontificating for 2 years about
You
who's
should
going to
see
be Bond.
this twat, new James Bond. He's horrible. And they asked him on a red carpet. He's got a really high voice. Aaron Taylor Johnston. Terrible.
Okay.
Terrible. He looks horrific. Let me get him up here on the screen. If you guys want this guy,
Craig.
I love
You
Daniel
didn't like
Craig
him
too.
at first.
I hated him at first. I don't want this guy as James
This is
Bond.
the dude from Nocturnal Animals. Or no, not
yeah, he was in Nocturnal. He was.
Right,
Right.
right. He's cool.
Yeah.
I like that guy.
No, he's not cool.
He talks like this. We were talking earlier. He's got a really high voice.
Yeah, the voice can kill it.
Let me see if I can find him talking.
The voice will kill it.
Let me see. You got to see this.
You have to
man.
say shaken, not stirred, and with
You
a
gotta
certain
shaken, not
gravitas.
or does it look like I give a shit?
Right.
That was the
Yeah, that was a great line. Yeah, you can't say shaken, not stirred. Take your dress off.
Yeah, yeah.
Come on, take that dress off.
Take that dress off, baby. You know I want that dress off.
Fucking true. It's
I know which guy she's taking her dress off for, and it's not you. It's like,
Take your dress off. I want to see your knickers.
You sound like Mickey Mouse or something.
Come on, kids, get on the boat. Here's Minnie and Donald.
How's your wine, by the way? Is it good?
well, obviously it's working pretty well. Do you need more wine?
He's asleep.
Well, come get it.
Okay, I'll cover it. I
He's
don't
not
want to
sleeping.
dox him.
No, he's not going to dox him. They've seen him.
Okay, they've seen him.
He looks just like Jason Statham.
I have photos of you guys when you were here in Italy like 6 years ago, and it was your anniversary then.
Yeah.
We all went for fondue cheese in the Italian hills.
Yeah, we sure did.
It was a good night.
Oh my God, that restaurant was out of control. We were drinking, what were we drinking that night?
We
We were
finally
drinking
found a bottle of wine.
Valpolicella.
Yeah, Dana didn't like any of the Italian wine.
She
but then
doesn't
we
like
finally-
Italian
We
wine.
gave her a Dal Forno, and
Yeah.
it was fucking $700, and she was like, "I like this." And we're like, "Oh, thanks."
Yeah,
for
well, of course you
fucking
like that.
much."
$700 for a bottle of
or
wine.
whatever it was. It was 300 or 400 at least.
It was
The-
$550. I remember seeing that.
Oh, it was. Yeah, that's why she liked it. This was fucking fine shit. Meanwhile, we were all happy. It was. Yeah, we're sitting in the Italian hills. It was good.
Oh, that was a beautiful night. And then like Shay was calling and she was like, I'm on a flight. And like, we didn't even know like whether or not she was going to come or not going to come because my sister was going to. But this is so classic, my sister and Shay. And she's like, I'm on a flight right now. And blah, blah, blah. It was like Shay drama. And it was like, and I'm like, just get on the plane, sit back, relax, have a drink, land, and we'll come meet you. As the dutiful uncle, I'm just like, just calm down. We'll
Calm
be
down.
there.
Sort of,
Don't
yeah.
worry about it. We'll come get you. And it's like, I think about all those times.
Who's
Like,
this guy? Daniel Ings. Who's that?
I don't know who that
As
is.
Bond.
Should we look him up? Daniel.
Mikhail is still on this trip here. His wife is literally so old. They allegedly got together when he was a minor, and she was. Oh yeah, that's the previous actor you were talking about. Yeah, he was dating a
Oh,
way
shit.
older woman. Who's Daniel Ings?
Oh, my God. This is the guy that I said should be Bond. He's in The Gentleman. Are you watching The Gentleman?
Oh, him. Yes.
No, not him. His
Oh.
brother.
Let's see.
I
Pull up-
said, because he's playing a stupid character. He's playing a real idiot.
Oh, he's
But
good
this is-
looking.
He's very good looking. In The Gentleman, he plays the dumb brother who's a fuck up and a complete idiot.
Show me other photos because I need other reference.
All right, hold on.
I need visual aids. What's that from?
Uh,
I'll see you on Friday. I need visual aids. I don't know. Is that really you like that?
I was watching his acting and looking at his face and saying, you know, this guy would probably be a great Bond.
I need to see him act, I guess. I don't know about he looks
His-
like the guy next door who you borrow sugar from.
No, he plays like the biggest fuck up ever on the show.
That's
But
fine.
and it's what's his name? Who's the guy that's the star of The Gentleman right now? He's big. He was he's very smooth and sophisticated, but he's so wrong. He's so wrong. Everybody's
I
talking
need
about
to
him.
see this guy
Something
act.
James.
It's all
Yeah, you
good.
have to watch it. You have to watch it.
If the acting is there, the acting is there. There's no way to argue with.
So who
great
was the
acting.
one that said? Well, it was Nathaniel, right? Nathaniel, have you heard that he's in line to be Bond? Michaela says his wife is literally so old that they allegedly
No,
got
she's
together.
talking about the other dude,
Who's
the
she
guy
talking
you don't like from the Nocturnal Animals. He was dating
Oh,
a
yeah, yeah, yeah.
way older woman.
You know what? Listen, people need to fuck off. People fall in love with who they fall in love with, except unless you're Meghan cunt / Markle.
I love when Keanu Reeves. Every woman I know fell in love with Keanu Reeves in his older age. Keanu Reeves, when he was younger, he was like a pretty boy. But then as he started aging, he got this patina, and the women were like, "Ugh," you know, and then he started, whoever he's with, this writer or poet or whatever, she's his age.
Yeah, yeah.
And there was outrage because they were like, oh my God, he's the perfect older man. Why can't you be with me? I'm young, fresh, peach, whatever.
He doesn't
they were
want
thinking.
you. You ripe
don't
peach from the
You.
tree.
He's evolved. He's had everything in the world. He wants a nice friend, an equal, an intellectual equal. That's what he wants. I love
Right.
the fact that he started.
He's
dating that
cooler
woman.
than shit.
Yeah, like
This-
he's come. When he was younger, he was just such a laughing stock as an actor.
He
but
was.
now,
I mean,
man, he's
especially in the Shakespeare thing that he did. Well, which one did
Oh
he
my
do
God.
with?
I don't want to hear that he did Shakespeare. Jesus,
What was the name of the Shakespeare movie that Keanu Reeves was in with Helena Bonham Carter and everybody? And everybody was in it. What's his name?
Okay. Selena says Dirk's voice gets lower when he calls out to Paul.
here,
I'm sure he just yelled. He went, "What was the name of that guy?" And then he gets into the mic and he's like, "Oh, I'm on
Yeah.
Bond."
Take your clothes off. Take that dress off. Come on. It's like Diamond Dave on the first Van Halen record. He's like, no. Don't take those off. No. Leave those on. Leave those on. Leave those shoes on. Jason Statham. Yeah, you know, that's never going to happen. But pick Henry Cavill. Just pick Henry Cavill. Just
I don't know if he's up to it. Something
Nah, he's
wrong.
up to it. There's nothing wrong with him. What's the matter with Daniel? What's the matter with Henry Cavill? What's the problem?
He's just too stock and perfect.
They need to rough him up a little bit. Well, you got so spoiled by Daniel Craig being so imperfect.
That's
why
right.
you did.
Sean's still
Hey.
around $20. I met Pierce Brosnan about 18 years ago. He's a very handsome guy indeed. He's a fan of Gerard Perregaux. He is, which makes him very cool in my book. Yeah, he is. He has a good taste in watches. Oh, Dirk hit the wrong button. He erased himself. He'll come back in. He'll be back. There he is. So,
Studio. So
oops. Add yourself. There you go.
weird.
Yeah, he's a big watch fan. Our Pierce.
I've seen him with a bunch of Gerard Perregaux. What are we giving you? We're giving you pressure. We're giving you the gong. Thank you, Sean. Thank you so much, Sean.
Thank you, Sean. You can say it in German. Thank you, Sean.
Dankeschön. 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 I love Wayne Newton. He's got great tunes, man. He gets a lot of flack for being a Vegas cheese bag, but that guy, he's got some songs that'll destroy your soul early in his career. Amazing. He's got a song called Dreams of the Everyday Housewife, which was a big hit by Glenn Campbell. But if you go on YouTube and look at the Wayne Newton version, it will kill you. it will just absolutely kill you. It's so beautiful. It's all about a woman who is disillusioned by all the dreams that she had before she got married and devoted her life to her husband, and she gave it all up, and she's standing before a mirror and looking at the ball gown that used to bring her so much joy and admiration. It's a very sad song.
Wow.
Dreams of the Everyday Housewife. Glenn Campbell had a hit with it, and it's better by him. My sister says that Theo James is James Bond. That's the guy that's in The Gentleman. I disagree. I think it's his brother. I think that he's too what is the word? Too much of an aristocrat to be Bond, because Bond is supposed to come from the other side of the tracks. That's what I'm just saying.
I'll pull it up so people can see. Hold on. He's
Dirk,
a
Ray Ray
good looking fella though.
He's good looking. He is. Dirk and Paul be like, Timmy, no, we're not at all. We actually have had sex in our lives. I don't think that those two have.
James.
Yeah. I mean, he's like, all right. He's just like, it looks like they've used too much Photoshop eraser on him. Doesn't have quite the strikingness. He's a very good actor. He's good. Have you watched The Gentleman yet?
The show, no, the movie,
Yeah,
sure.
The show's really good. It's good. It is.
Okay.
It's good. It's a lark.
He said posh. Yeah, that's a good
he's
way of putting it.
very posh.
Well, so was
very.
what's his name after Sean Connery?
Oh, Roger Moore was the worst Bond in the history of the world. Turned him into a drunk punchline.
Yeah,
he was a punchline. It was not Bond. Good
Bond.
Bond.
People love him though.
Oh, it's the worst. You know who loves him? Your ex-singer, Colin Smith, loves Roger Moore.
Really?
Yeah,
like, some people grow up on that.
Yeah, no.
You know,
no.
Do you remember Lost in Translation? Roger Moore.
He was a drunk old. He was a geriatric Bond. It was embarrassing. It was terrible. Like when Daniel Craig took over, it was like, yeah, fuck yeah, amazing. You know.
Yeah.
Carrie says, the everyday housewife who gave up the good life for me. That's the tagline of the song.
Jesus Christ.
It's so sad. But you got to hear Wayne Newton's vocal on that. It's outrageous. Wow. Amazing. And people don't even know that version because Glenn had a huge hit with it in the 60s. But, you know, that's how it goes. You know? Such are the dreams of the everyday housewife. It's amazing. He's great in The Gentleman, says Dean. I agree. He's great. Bond is typically middle-aged. Bond is usually cast in his mid-30s, and they sign him up for a couple of. I mean, I think Sean Connery was.
Sean Connery wasn't mid-30s.
I think he was 26 or 7 when they hired him for Dr. No.
No way.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me do.
He looked older.
Let me see.
He looked
he's
way
so
older.
masculine, though.
Sure.
Let me see. I'll tell you how old he was.
Older.
1930. So he was 31 when they hired him.
Dang.
He was 31 when Sean Connery got hired. Daniel Craig was what, 38 or 37?
He was way younger looking, that's for sure. It put the years on.
He aged quick though. He got hit with the tired set because he's ugly beautiful. Pierce Brosnan, they tried to get him more than once, and they were, they had to get.
He was signed into Remington Steel, right?
Yeah, they couldn't get him out of his contract.
Yeah, they could. Yeah.
What a how stupid is that? That's like, Tom Selleck was supposed to be Indiana Jones. It was written for Tom Selleck. It was not written for Harrison.
I'm glad it wasn't.
Me too, but we wouldn't know any better, would we?
No, we wouldn't.
Here's a perfect example of a guy who has a terrible voice. Tom Selleck's voice is so high-pitched and squeaky.
Is it?
Oh, it's terrible.
I can't even think of his voice right now.
It's the worst. He talks like that. Now he talks about subprime mortgages and reverse mortgages on American TV.
He does? Oh, that's awful.
It's so awful. He's trying to convince old people to fucking do reverse mortgaging.
Oh,
He's got a very high voice. Higgins, I don't know what you're talking about. It's not good. But, he's old now. But so now his voice is naturally deeper, but everybody's not going to be like, Money Penny, take off your knickers. Drop your knickers, Money Penny. That's, and of course she obliges because,
of course, after, you say it like that.
I mean,
well, then, okay.
No, Carrie says, no way the bro Freddy is like Rufus Wright. Carrie, I'm looking at him as an actor. I'm looking at the man, the physicality of the man, and he's like, I'm like, you know what? I could see this guy's a very good actor because he's playing the most unlikable buffoon, and he's not. Rufus Renner is the gayest person in the universe, gayer than anybody's ever been gayer. I'm just looking at this guy physically. I saw a couple of pictures of him, and I said, this guy, and I saw him in a Shakespeare thing. And I said, that guy could be good. Everybody's going to go for Theo James, you know? Yeah, Andrew says that Tom Selleck laughed too high. He goes, yeah, it's not funny. Yeah, Sean Connery said, bird never make nest in bare tree. Sean Connery could say anything, and you would do it. Sorry, kids, but you would. Statement of fact. Coming on the 3-hour mark, kids. It's probably time to say sayonara. Let me make sure we have 45 super chats tonight.
Wow.
Can I just say thank you all for the super chats? Let's talk about Andrew Wolkowicz, Nathaniel Hannon, Anu Benedetti, Nathaniel Hannon again, Scotty H, Nathaniel Hannon, Angelo Minichello, Easy E, CW Watch Enthusiast. Oh, I got to make a shout out, but don't forget, remind me when I'm done with this. Easy E, Andrew Wolkowicz, Easy E again. Wow, everybody. Andrew Wolkowicz again, Daniel Gutierrez, Dean, Steve Moreno, Phonetic Duck, Nathaniel Hannon. We love you, man. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. We love you so much. I haven't seen you on my show in a while. Welcome back. Nathaniel Hannon, Ali Nasser. Get well soon, buddy. We love you.
Yeah, man.
We love you, man. Easy $10 super chat. Ray, hippie @_PA. Don't be hippie anymore because they're gross and they need to shave their pubic hair. Shane McGee, Travis Watts. We missed you, Travis Watts. Where you been, baby? Nathaniel Hannon, Phonetic Duck, Ash Fishbowl. Thank you so much, Ash. Angela Minichello, Super Chatter, and Patreon. Easy E, Don Be Fair, Shane McGee, Mr. Pasher, we love you. Andrew Wolkowicz, Nathaniel Hannon. Look at this, going on forever. Easy E is a big night. Easy E, Nathaniel Hannon, Nathaniel Hannon, Nathaniel Hannon. Oh my God, it's a trifecta. Oh my God, look at you, Mr. Pasher. He met Pierce Brosnan, $20. Thank you so much, Shane McGee, Easy E, Andrew Wolkowicz. Thank you guys for all that. I want to say Go Moto Soto. I don't know where you are. You are one of my Patreons and you're one of the best guys on Dirk Weekdays. I have an envelope all ready for you with the CD in it, with a letter. I do not have your address and I have sent you several emails. Please, because I don't know your real name. Well, actually I do, but I don't know your address. I'd love to send it to you. I couldn't send it out yesterday or today. Please drop me a line at the following place, basherdirk@gmail.com. I'll write you right back. I won't share it. My security is solid. I will not share your address with anybody. But because you're one of the best people on my channel and because you are one of the greatest people on my Patreon, I feel like I owe you guys a bunch of favors and I just want to fulfill that. Please send me your information to basherdirk@gmail.com. Thank you so much. And let's see if we miss anybody. Yeah, we did. We got a bunch at the end. Easy E, $5. Great night. I'm going to do one big super Leonard Bernstein at the end. Andrew Wolkowicz, $10. Great show. Everyone should take a moment to upvote and subscribe. Please upvote and subscribe. I am like stagnant. I'm stagnant at $2,000. Last week we lost a couple and we went under $2,000.
I think you got them back though.
I did, but what happened? What did I say?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about that. People come and go. They come and go.
People come and go. My God, Andrew Wolkowicz, $10. True, Tom Selleck's laugh did not match his mustache, and I heard didn't match the other thing either. Shane McGee, €2, 49. What does that mean exactly? 49. Now it's 50, buddy. Easy E super sticker, $3. Thank you. Travis says, "Cheers, bastards." Guys, thank you so much. I'm Dirk. This is Oisin. This is classic Bashers, as we do every Friday night after he does Who Needs a Drink. I am back on Sunday with Sunday Mass, and Monday we do Watch Fashion Police with the beautiful and talented and so incredibly deep and exotic and fabulously intellectual Michaela de Chatillon. Please join us on Mondays for that at 4 p.m. And then I do from Tuesday to Thursday, I do Dirk Weekdays We are here for your pleasure. We're here for everything, and we love you so much. Thank you so much. So remember, at the end of the day, please say please and thank you. Please hold the door open. Please, if you come in contact with somebody who's a little bit difficult, remember they might have had a terrible day. That might not be them as a person. You're not quite sure what's going on.
So
but
true.
It's so true. You don't know what kind of day they've had. But when you realize that they've been a total, you know what, it doesn't matter. So you just use all decorum possible, unless, of course, that person is a total cunt.